first period last night in Chicago, Pat Verbeek was pulled down with the Rangers on a power play. Jeremy Roenick broke down and scored shorthanded, giving the Chicago Blackhawks a 3-1 lead, which they held the rest of the way. The Rangers have moved on to finish up their 4-game road trip in Winnipeg. It's the final season of the Winnipeg Jets, the final visit to Winnipeg for the Rangers. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Rangers hockey. Sam Rosen along with John Davidson. And you want to stay tuned to this broadcast because later on, John will give you the inside scoop on the Grey Cup with Calgary playing Baltimore.
The what? The Canadian Football Championship this weekend. Calgary, it's automatic, Sam.
Oh, okay.
That's the scoop.
Now, the inside scoop on the Rangers is they lost last night, only their first loss in the last 6 games, but lately they haven't played well in the first period, John.
I think you see a disturbing trend here with the Rangers only winning one of the last 8 first periods. They've been outscored 11-5. The power play during those first periods, not that good. It hasn't been good on the road, period. But I think, and also the Rangers in those 8 first periods, Sam, have taken the first penalty of the game to give the other team the power play on 6 of the 8 first, or during 6 of the 8 first periods. That's just too much. It's too much of a trend. So the team's going to try to be more prepared for this one and try and do the little things as strong as possible, not get too fancy. This is a game that has 2 real good sets of forwards, real high-scoring forwards, if they get it going.
Actually, the Rangers have only had the lead at the end of the first period 5 times this season. We talked to Ray Ferraro earlier about what the Rangers plan to do to address the problem.
Well, I think, first of all, we have to really look at playing a very simplistic first period. Just get the puck in deep, forecheck, make sure our third guy is high. And it sounds pretty easy, but a lot of times when there's a breakdown, it turns into a man advantage break. If that's not a goal, all of a sudden you take a penalty and you're on the penalty kill early in the period, and you lose the use of the whole bench, and 4 or 5 guys play up front and 3 or 4 guys play on defense, and it really puts you in a hole.
And you don't want to get into a hole against the Winnipeg Jets. They have a fine array of forwards. They're 1 game over the 500 mark. One of their top forwards will be playing hurt tonight. That's Keith Tkachuk.
Keith Tkachuk with a hairline fracture of his left thumb. He took a slash across his bottom hand. You see Savard here reaching across, and Tkachuk taking the slash that knocked him out of the game. Here's another look at it. The left hand on the stick, the slash across the hand. It was a very common play, but it did catch the thumb. He was wearing a cast for this game that goes all the way up from, as you see, the portion of his hand to his elbow. He's wearing 2 different hockey gloves here, the Louisville on the right, or the top side. His left glove is a Cooper, a little more room in that glove, and it's the injured hand. He's having trouble shooting the puck, but he's going to play. He's a power forward who did not play against the Rangers in New York in Game 2 of the season, but he's their emotional leader on the ice, and for him, being in the lineup, it really helps.
And as Coach Terry Simpson says, Keith Tkachuk at 70% is better than anybody else he could put in the lineup.
Well, he's just that type of player. He leads them with good, emotional, hard work with the ability to score.
Another thing to look for in tonight's game, ex-Rangers, 3 of them in the lineup for the Winnipeg Jets.
King and Turcotte will play on the same line, and Turcotte's coming off maybe his best game as a Winnipeg Jet since he was traded over here from Hartford. And Eddie Olczyk goes back into play, only his 7th game of the season. He'll be on a line with Keith Tkachuk. He'll play some power play, and it's the same old story. I'm sure the 3 ex-Rangers would like to play well against this New York Ranger hockey club.
Glenn Healy gets the start in goal for the New York Rangers, and in goal for the Winnipeg Jets. Rangers get their first look at the Russian Nikolai Khabibulin. We'll be set to go in just a moment.
Hey, hockey fans, there's a new official in the NHL, one that's making a big hit. Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL. Goes down easy and icy smooth. Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, an official you'll like.
Let's see how much you know about gasoline. Ready? In 1921, who opened the world's first drive-in service station? Your dad used it. His dad used it. Today, go. Advent 21 formula keeps fuel injectors clean and helps my car run better than ever before. Whether it's full service or self-serve. For the life of your car, you know the name. Go, go.
Some run, some swim, some jump. But only one Olympic team will lift, pack, and ship their way to Atlanta from around the world. From athletic equipment to telecommunications equipment that will help bring the games to the world. If they're here, chances are the company that guarantees delivery from around the globe got them here. Excepting those who made it entirely on their own. UPS, worldwide Olympic sponsor.
Welcome to Ranger Country. The Rangers face off against Mario Lemieux and the Penguins after MCS Cannon Game Night Tuesday on MSG.
At Nobody Beats the Wiz, we can't promise your work will be any less a grind. We will promise you access to the office of your dreams, wherever that may be.
Welcome to the Y.
Did you know that the Y will serve 95,000 kids this year?
I like the basketball class at the Y and doing homework.
Weightlifting, swimming. Every kid deserves a Y. Support your local Y and MSG Network's community outreach program.
Yeah, make it count.
We've got to move fast, Kirby. I hope your book hurts.
Not exactly, but this company's fast. Fast as Hertz #1 club goal? Not exactly, but they do have a special place to pick up the car. Like Hertz? Not exactly, but it'll be waiting.
Under a canopy? With the keys in it?
Not exactly.
And protected from the weather?
Not exactly.
In Rent-A-Car, there's Hertz and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Counting on that promotion, Kirby?
No, not exactly.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. By Delta Airlines, official airline of Madison Square Garden. By Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Centers. And by American Express.
Rangers and Jets met in New York October 11th, and the Rangers won that game 6-4. Mike Richter was in goal. Glenn Healy, undefeated this season, in goal for the Rangers tonight, 5-0-1. And first time the Rangers have ever faced Nikolai Khabibulin. He is 7-3-0 this season. He won his first 5 decisions, and he is 2-3 in his last 5. Terry Gregson, the referee. Randy Mitten and Andy McElman are the linesmen. We are underway. Joey Koser back in the lineup for the Rangers. Opens up on the right side. Here's Leach trying to break through. Messier, Koser, and Graves. Lane Presley is scratched for the Rangers, along with Matthias Nordstrom and Alexander Karpovtsev. Healy fires around the boards. Dallas Drake, number 18, with Keith Tkachuk, number 7. And here's Tkachuk moving in, and the puck slides wide. Eddie Olczyk, number 16. Darren Quint, number 5, a rookie defenseman, just 19 years old. And Dave Manson, number 4, the puck lifted up over the boards into the crowd. Stopping play. And there is the outstanding young forward of the Winnipeg Jets, Keith Tkachuk, who was signed to an offer sheet in the offseason by the Chicago Blackhawks. Big contract. It was matched by the Winnipeg Jets.
Sure was. That's a $6 million deal, Sam, which was front-end loaded. So he gets a lot of the money this season as he plays in this game. A lot of people speculated he wouldn't play tonight, wouldn't play tomorrow night for Winnipeg in Toronto, and then perhaps play next Tuesday. But here he is with a cast, and the cast is made of Gore-Tex. It's something you can have a shower with, you can get wet, the whole thing, and it goes right up to his elbow. Boy, I tell you what, he did the hairline fracture of his thumb. Just like that, he's in the lineup. That's showing a lot of determination. Here the Rangers change on the fly to get the Ferraro line for Eastwood.
Sundstrom stays on. Ferraro and Robitaille come on. Now Sundstrom goes off and Verbeek comes on. That shot goes wide. It's Ferraro, Robitaille, and Verbeek with Samuelson and Driver. The puck frozen on the back of the net.
Khabibulin is a Russian goaltender who has played real well here for Winnipeg this season. He builds his game on quickness. Last season at training camp, he spoke little or no English whatsoever. This year his English is picked up. He can communicate pretty well with his defenseman. There you see his home and his road record. Wow, a lot better on the road with that goals against average.
And this is his 10th consecutive start.
So the Rangers, in my mind, I mean, he could be starting to tire a little bit. You try to get as much pressure on him, make him handle a puck. go to get rebounds. He's a kick-save type goaltender, too. He really kicks the puck a lot. He's got good reflexes. But if you kick the puck a lot or at the puck, that means there'll be rebounds.
Jets' top line is on the ice. Solani is ridden out of the play. A good hit by Samuelson. Verbeek moves in against Teppo Numminen, number 27. Rangers now have Nemchinov
on the fly
with Manteau and Sundstrom.
So Colin Campbell really concerned about which forwards he has against who.
2-on-1 develops. Solani and Numminen move in. Numminen shoots wide.
Penalty upcoming. Zhamnov was the third man rushing into the Rangers zone behind everybody else, and he jumped into the play. So Nemchinov, who was back-checking, put the hook into Zhamnov. And for the 7th time in 9 games, the Rangers take the first penalty to give the opposition a power play. Look at the pinch. Look at that pass by Numminen, the defenseman, to Solani. Now these two move in. Look at 10 White. There you see him hooked from behind by Nemchinov, and Numminen missed the open net or the open side. Look at this pass by Solani, a classic. Look at the shot right off the pass, but it wasn't accurate, and it's power play time for Winnipeg. Sam, we watched Winnipeg practice this morning. They have 3 or 4 set power plays that they use, and they have good shooters from the point. Zhamnov will take the right point position, and if the pass comes from the left side to him, he'll shoot it off the fly, and he's got a great shot off the pass.
Jets' power play is 17th in the league. They've scored 14 power play goals in 17 games. Teppo Numminen, number 27, with Alexei Zhamnov, number 10, play the points. Up front, Shane Doan, number 19, with Igor Korolev, number 23. Back the other way, Messier with Graves, and Timo Solani, number 8. We have a whistle for an offside against the Rangers.
The Rangers were talking this morning with Winnipeg's power play. They're going to try and allow anybody on Winnipeg's team to carry the puck up ice. In other words, quarterback it, except for Zhamnov. The feeling is that number 10 White, Zhamnov, is just too tricky. He'll beat you all the way up ice. He's that good. He's a very talented puck handler. He can beat you one-on-one. He's a great passer. So let somebody else carry it if possible. You know, that's what you script. You don't know if it's going to happen.
Jets control. The penalty was Nemchinov for hooking at 120. Rangers penalty killing over the last 4 games has been good. 16 for 17, giving up only 1 power play goal in St. Louis. Messier to the puck with Graves, 2-on-1. Feed to Graves, he's in, and it's poked away, and they hit the side of the net.
Numminen, number 27, what a play. It was wide open, the net was for Graves to score shorthanded, and Messier is showing great skating legs early in this game.
There's Igor Korolev, who leads the Jets with 11 goals. Zhamnov hit by Messier. Messier clears. 1 minute to go. In the penalty to Nemchinov. Igor Korolev playing it across.
Now with this unit for Winnipeg, this man Manson right here, he's got a great shot off the pass.
Dave Manson on with the rookie Darren Quint, who handles the puck very well. Dallas Drake, number 18, has come on with Keith Tkachuk. Solani has stayed on.
With Presley not dressed, Manteau's getting penalty killing time with Sundstrom, and that's a reward for some good play.
Coach has been very happy with the play of Stefan Manteau. Good hit by Samuelson. Drake's pass blocked by Driver. Tkachuk has the puck. Now Manson off the end boards. Driver staying with Dallas Drake. Ties him up. Tkachuk plays the puck. 15 seconds left in the power play. Manson. Now Tkachuk. Intercepted by Manteau. Cleared. 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Tkachuk back, Messier all over him.
Not a sniff for Winnipeg on their power play. The Rangers with excellent aggressive penalty killing. Rangers had the best scoring chance shorthanded.
Numminen feeding Drake, leans back at full strength. No score in the game. 3.5 minutes gone by in the first. Messier rides rather low, roads Tkachuk to the board. Drake after the puck, and we have a whistle for a penalty.
And Tkachuk took a penalty in the offensive zone. He headlocked Kevin Lowe. Lowe had a hold of the Winnipeg player's stick, but he took the reaction penalty.
Don't you just love hockey? What's not to love? You get the wicked slap shots, the bone-jarring hits, the phenomenal saves. And don't forget the ice. Bud Ice and 96-calorie Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL. So grab a bottle of Bud Ice, or if you prefer, try it from a cup.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need. The possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
Take a look here as the Jets, you see Newman overhandle the puck or try to kick at it, didn't get it. Messier settles the puck down. Boy, a little slap from Newman using his stick on Graves upset the puck. Now here's Lowe moving in with Tkachuk. And you see the headlock. And didn't it look like Tkachuk seemed to be in some type of pain when he looked like the penalty box? Really, his hand was sore or bothering him.
Rangers on the power play. And they were shut out in St. Louis and shut out in Chicago. Ferraro shot, glove, save, Javi Bulin.
How about that pass from Brian Leetch?
Great shot by Ferraro, great save by Javi Bulin.
That's the first shot that will be registered by the Rangers, and it was a beauty. Ray Ferraro with a quick windup challenged the goaltender to the glove side. There's the pass that opens up the ice. Rangers stay on side. Look at that shot. Beautiful save. My goodness. Great glove hand save. Rising shot. Oh, man. That was good. The Rangers, two big lines, Sam. You see Ferraro there with a pass from Leetch. You see Messier work with Graves. They're showing more tonight early than they showed in the last two games combined. You just see they seem to be really into this one.
Rangers have not scored on the power play since the second period of the game in Hartford. Tkachuk was called for roughing at 3:37, giving the Rangers the power play. Ferraro, Robitaille, Verbeek, Driver, and Leetch for power play. Driver sends it back to Robitaille. Now it's Leetch moving in, shooting, save with a blocker by Javi Bulin. Manson and Numanen, Eastwood and Turcotte. Wraparound try block, Darren Turcotte. Number 89 clears it down. Turcotte coming over just prior to the start of the season. In the trade for Nelson Emerson. Coming over from the Hartford Whalers. And he's played the last couple of games, he played very well. The puck deflected off the glass into the crowd, stopping play.
Glass here is not good glass. The partitions stick out a lot. For a goaltender, it's dangerous. Javi Bulin made the save on the last play with his blocker, but at the same time he kicked his legs out. Just in watching him practice today and taking warm-up, he loves to kick at the puck. Watch his blocker save, but look at his right leg. So he kicks at it, and when he does that, you're going to see rebounds sooner or later. He's learning a lot. Tretiak, whom we talked about last night in Chicago, the famous Russian goaltender, best goalie in Russia ever, really likes Javi Bulin. He said he's the best Russian goalie that's now in North America. In fact, maybe the best Russian goalie to come out of Russia, except for Tretiak.
He played the first two games of the season, then Tim Cheveldae played the next 6, and Javi Bulin has started the last 10.
That's a nice compliment from Tretiak. We talked about this
absolutely.
And Pete Peters is the goalie coach here, and we all know Pete Peters from his years in Boston and Philadelphia. He said there's a lot of raw talent there. That's a nice way of saying that he's got a lot of talent, but they got to work on it yet. I think.
But Coach Terry Simpson has been pleased. He said his goaltending has been good. Driver firing it in. It was intercepted by Darryl Shannon, and it's cleared out by Mike Eastwood. Eastwood and Darren Shannon, number 34, up front. Darryl Shannon, number 24, is on defense, along with Jeff Finley, one-time Islander, former Philadelphia Flyer, recently called up with an injury to Neil Wilkinson. Kovalov, Messier, and Graves on, with 35 seconds left in the power play. Messier to Kovalov. Now it's Leetch. Driver taking the shot wide, bangs off the boards. Kovalov's got it. Leetch. Now Kovalov turns. Big drive, glove save again. Javi Bulin showing a real good glove.
He's showing a real good glove, but both of those shots, if you really critique it, were right at waist height, waist level. If you're going to try and beat him with a slap shot to the glove side, it looks like it's got to be either a lot lower or a lot higher. The shot I'm talking about, you watch here the catching glove of the goaltender where he catches the puck. That's right at the waist. It's an accurate shot regarding the goalpost being on the side of the net, but when you hit the glove right at the waist, those hands just don't have to travel very far, and the save is a lot easier than I think it looks.
Messier against Darren Turcotte for the face-off. Manson and Numanen on, along with Mike Eastwood. Eastwood also an excellent face-off man. Messier wins the draw. Samuelson and Jeff Bukaboom has come on. Shot by Bukaboom is a stick save. Manson swings it around the board. Samuelson's got it. Now Messier. Across to Bukaboom. Robolov checked by Eastwood. And the puck cleared out. Team's back at full strength. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play. No score in the game. 14:15 to go in the first period. Dave Manson. Off the boards to Healy. One hands it around the boards to Kovalov. Nice play by Healy to move it away from an on-charging Winnipeg Jet. Dave Manson back for it. Manson, the key man physically on defense for the Winnipeg Jets.
He just had his 200th penalty minute on Tuesday against Chicago.
Turcotte crossing the line. It was offside. He snapped the shot off with Healy glove. And play stops. There is Darren Turcotte. And there's the big guy, Dave Manson.
Did I say 200th? I mean 2,000 career penalty minute. He gets
200
200 a week.
He'd win the Lady Big trophy with 200.
Played well for this club.
Yes,
Plus minus stats are good this year. He's really had a much stronger defensive season this season, I think. You know, there's only 2 active players in the NHL who have had 2,000 career minutes and 300 goals scored. Any idea who they are?
Let's see.
One of them's playing in this game. Patty Verbeek.
Oh.
And the other is Rick Tocchet.
Oh. Good one, Joe.
Thank you very much. Somebody told me
Where'd you
before.
get that one?
Somebody told me. I look it up.
Oh, sure. I thought you went to the Hockey Hall of Fame for that one.
To look for my stuff. It was over at the Hall of Shame.
Finley stopped by Nemchinov. Rangers have Lidster and Lowe back in the lineup. Paired on defense. Manteau forechecking. Nemchinov, Sundstrom, and Manteau on for the Rangers. Here's Solani coming in. Solani winds up. Big shot deflected by Lidster into the crowd.
Good deflection by Lidster, and there was also a good hit by Kevin Lowe. So the veteran defense pairing back in the lineup for the Rangers. One, there was a big hit up near the Winnipeg bench. I think that was on Korolov by Kevin Lowe. And then Solani moved in for the shot. Look at Kevin Lowe move across here. Bang! Good hard hit. I mean, a real good hard hit. Now Lidster has to move from right defense to left defense, and he makes the play as Solani, a great goal scorer, had time for the windup. And Lidster put the puck into the stands, deflecting it with a stick. That's a very good defensive pairing work by both Kevin Lowe and Doug Lidster.
Eddie Olczyk on the face-off against Sergei Nemchinov. Olczyk on with Dallas Drake and Keith Tkachuk. Only the 7th game this season for Eddie Olczyk. Now Nemchinov comes out. Olczyk wins the face-off. Shot by Shannon is a save. Daryl Shannon stepping into that shot.
The play there, if Olczyk wins the draw, which he did, the center iceman's got to stay with him. He got to the net and almost got the rebound of the point shot. And Healy was able to hang on. Watch Olczyk and Sundstrom. Olczyk spins around and gets body position. Now see him get there? Almost got the rebound. Sundstrom, if you lose the draw, you've got to really work at keeping body position between the goal net and the other team's player.
Eddie O missed 4 games with a rib injury, but you can see the intensity and how badly he wanted it. He still feels he can play at a top level, and he just keeps trying for a chance to play. Whether coaches will agree with him or not remains to be seen, John.
What you have to do is take advantage of every opportunity you get. So he's got a chance here to play. He's got to give it his best shot, and if he does, maybe the coaches will reward him by playing him again.
No score in the game. 13:10 to go in the first. Lead for Robitaille off the stick. Robitaille against Jomnov in the corner. Finley moves in, number 26. Verbeek works it loose. Now Nemchinov off the board to Robitaille. 2 men go in front. Robitaille working against Jomnov. Keeps it alive. Sets up Verbeek. Shot it wide. Solani able to work it out to Korolev. Igor Korolev to Alexei Jomnov. Jomnov around Bukaboom. But Bukaboom got enough of it to upset the play. Verbeek the other way. Dumps to the corner. Round it goes. Darren Quint is there. It's an icing. Verbeek gained the red line. The red center ice line. 12:36 to go in the first. There's no score. There's Mr. Winnipeg. No, that's Jim Ramsey, the Rangers medical trainer, a Winnipeg native and a former Winnipeg Jets trainer, and that's his son.
Look at the smile. Adam Graves. Who else would be around him? Good shot there off
Healy
the draw.
with a save.
That's two good scoring chances by Winnipeg off faceoffs.
Kachuk behind the net. Trying to pick off Samuelson, allowing Kachuk to take the play to Darren Quinn. His shot blocked by Samuelson. Olczyk made a good pick on Samuelson. Samuelson hit by Kachuk. Hard hit. They both went down. They're still both in the Ranger zone. Graves back for the puck.
I'd say delayed offside. I say Kachuk, I don't know. His hand looks like it's bothering every time he skates around the ice.
Kovalov moving in. Hit by Dallas Drake. Some stories in the paper that Dallas Drake might be rumored to be moved. If his contract doesn't get done soon.
Moves. You know whose agent is, right?
Tom Laylaw.
Former Ranger defenseman.
Messier across to Kevin Lowe, and now Adam Graves with 11:30 to go in the first. No score in the game. Messier with a hit on Chris King. Puck sent out. Shane Doan going for it. Shane Doan scored his first two NHL goals Tuesday night against Chicago. Here's Messier. Open man is for Beek. Messier moves across, drops to Robitaille, gets it back. Save, Javi Bowman.
Oh, baby.
The rebound comes out to Kevin Lowe. He shoots. Deflection is a save. And out the other way, Shane Doan. The rookie fires in off the end board.
Well, most goalies, that would have been an empty net goal with the Rangers passing the puck. But this guy in goal, Javi Bowman, did he ever move across the net quickly?
Eastwood tied up by Kevin Lowe. Eastwood moves it to Chris King. His pass blocked by Lidster. Doan. Messier had the stick between his legs. Doan had trouble getting to the puck. Numminen with a pass across, stopped by Verbeek. Lowe clears the zone. Rangers 7-shot, Jets 3. Behind the play, Chris King was knocked down. Van Rourke as nothing was called. King yells to referee Terry Gregson. Ryan Leach lays it out of the zone. Numminen goes back for it. Buttons being handed out in the arena saying vote for Numminen for the All-Star team. He is one of the most underrated defensemen in the league.
They think here in Winnipeg, the management and everybody else, players, they all think he's in the top 7 in the NHL regarding defensemen.
Jim McKenzie battling Darren Langdon. Leach with a hit on Eastwood. McKenzie against Langdon. Puck around to Darren Shannon. He's hit by Bukaboom. Bukaboom pushes the puck to Ferraro, which is a legal play. Ferraro on with Langdon and Kyprios. I mentioned Wayne Presley scratched from the lineup tonight. They advance it across to Darren Quinn. Quinn, the New Hampshire native, gave up the puck. Ferraro looking for it. Jumped off there. And the whistle stopped the play.
Who's the last player from New Hampshire? Wasn't it Rod Langway? Was he not from New Hampshire? Did he not? No, that's not
Rod
right.
Langway was born in Taiwan.
Yeah, I understand that. But
did he grow up in New Hampshire?
I
Yes,
could be
he did.
Did he? Just questioning. Just asking. Messier. And you'll see Robitaille looking behind the play here as Robitaille fights to get loose from somebody. He's got a stick in behind. Now he'll find the puck here and give it back to Messier. Look at the goalie. That was just a great save. Great save as Javi Bowman had to go from one goal post to the other. There he finds Robitaille, then Mark spins and gets ready for the shot. That was just a great read by the goaltender with traffic in front. He's made about 3 real solid saves here in the first half of the period. Shots are 7-3 Rangers. Winnipeg has had 2 of the 3 shots off of face-off wins.
Here's Solani on the move. He has 8 goals this season. The drop pass gave it away to Nemchinov. The dreaded drop pass. Here's Matteau. Long shot. Save, Javi Bowman. Quint bangs it aside. Sundstrom plays it behind the goal line. Matteau had it knocked away by Manson. Nemchinov to the puck. He's checked by Quint. Manson up the boards for Solani. Able to take it away from Sundstrom and get it to Igor Korolev. Now Alexei Zhamnov moves in. Zhamnov to the net. Saved by Healy. Lost control, didn't know where the puck was. Shot by Manson, and it hit Nemchinov and hurt Nemchinov. Got in off the glass. Around the boards to Matteau. To the near side. Igor Korolev moves in. He's checked by Lidster. Lifts it high over the goal and off the glass. Graves with a check on Shane Doan. And now it's Kevin Lowe. Clear out. Taken back by Daryl Shannon. Adam Graves plays it. Chris King with a hit against Kovalov. They rough each other up. Puck going deep into the Rangers zone. Lidster back for it. Darren Turcotte on him. Healy plays it away from Turcotte to Lidster. Kevin Lowe able to clear the zone. No score in the game. 7:40 to go in the first period. Here's Shane Doan. Runs into Kevin Lowe and goes down. Doan's a pretty big kid.
Yeah, Kevin Lowe looks fresh.
Long shot by Jeff Finley was blocked. And Alexei Kovalov comes out with it. Now Messier. Messier cross, trying to get it to Kovalov. There's an offside as Messier stick handle along the blue line. Kovalov went in ahead of the play. We'll step out for a moment with no score in the game.
Can a McDonald's McChicken sandwich take you by surprise? Can it help you win friends and influence people? Can it be just the break you've been waiting for? Of course it can. Can it make you see double? Yes, with McDonald's 2 for $2. 2 tender McChicken sandwiches for just $2 when you buy large fries. So, can it turn a pair of average couch potatoes into every woman's fantasy? Come on, what do you want for $2?
Have you had your break today?
Some run, some swim, some jump. But only one Olympic team will lift, pack, and ship their way to Atlanta from around the world. From athletic equipment to telecommunications equipment that will help bring the games to the world. If they're here, chances are the company that guarantees delivery from around the globe got them here. Excepting those who made it entirely on their own. UPS, worldwide Olympic sponsor.
Here's Ulf Samuelsson on the puck, taking a hit from Tkachuk. Tkachuk goes down, gets up, and you wonder about his left arm with the hairline fracture of his thumb. He skates, now he protects it up high, keeping it away from anybody. Yet he jumped right back into the play. He hasn't missed a shift yet.
No. And he's on right now. Gets knocked down by Verbeek. Dallas Drake plays the puck in front. Tkachuk save made. Healy, another save off Olczyk. Good pressure. This line has been outstanding for the Jets.
They've really worked the boards deep.
Puck out to the line, out of the zone. Finley sending it back in. Jets have to touch up in center. Rangers take over. Leads Ferraro. Ferraro slowed down, gets by. Tkachuk moves across. Plays to the open ice to Brian Leach. Sharp angle shot stopped by Hobby Bullen. Verbeek trying to play it in front, but the net was knocked off. I believe Hobby Bullen knocked it off as he was getting up.
I really like this game to this point that Terry Gregson has refereed. He's just letting them play. And it's a good pace in the game, a lot of hitting. Here's the line with Olczyk and Tkachuk. Now watch 27 here. Look at the man on the right there, jabbing at the puck. That's Newman and the defenseman. Anything near the net, he'll jump in. Watch him here. Look at him move in right inside the hash marks. Now if you're the Rangers, you can counter. You'll trap him deep. He has great speed, which allows him to get back into his defense position. But he sure thinks offense, doesn't he? Glenn Healy looks sharp again. The shots are now 8-6 Rangers. They look sharp.
Healy's goals against, putting him among the tops in the NHL. 6:41 to go in the first period. No score in the game. 8 shots for the Rangers, 6 for the Jets. Matteau with a hit on Daryl Shannon. Eastwood tying up Nemchinov. Puck around to Darren Shannon. And the Shannons are brothers. Daryl previously played for Toronto. Darren played for Buffalo. And they've hooked up the last couple of years here in Winnipeg. Nemchinov against Daryl Shannon. Matteau in front for Sundstrom. He missed. He was checked by Malgunas.
Good board work by the Rangers.
Mike Eastwood. Healy leaves it. Samuelsson moves it around the boards. McKenzie missed it. Matteau playing it across to Nick Kyprios. Samuelsson takes it in and shoots. Save Hobby Bullen. No rebound. He holds on. 5:56 first period. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
Last season, Oak Samuelson's partner was Big Shell Samuelson, former Ranger defenseman. And I asked him about changing partners this season, now playing with Bruce Driver. He said it's a little bit different, but it's a lot the same. He said both Driver and Samuelson are so darn disciplined and so consistent with their play that it's easy for him to fit right in with them. Rangers here now being told that they made a change too late by referee Terry Gregson, as Messier tried to come on the ice in favor of Nemchinov. Messier goes back, and Nemchinov moves into the offensive zone for the faceoff. So Terry Gregson taking charge here.
Rangers were upset last night with that non-call in the first period in Chicago, but as Mark Messier said, it's no excuse for losing the game. The Rangers had chances to get back into the game later on.
They were very upset about the turn of events on that particular play, but they also said 0 for 6 in the power play when the game was over meant something. Rangers here with a slow change. Sundstrom finally gets on the ice now as Nemchinov has gone off.
Langdon battling Darren Quint along the boards.
Langdon went off, pardon me. No, it wasn't Langdon either. He's on. Kiprios maybe went off.
Right.
All I know is Sundstrom's out there.
So's Nemchinov.
Langdon just went off.
And Matteau has come on.
I knew he was going to go off, you know.
Manson with a rush. Try to dump in and hit Lidster. Manson again. Offside whistle against Winnipeg. 5:22 remaining in his first period. Manson with some words at Glenn Healy. Healy no doubt said some unkind or unfriendly things to Big Dave. Glenn can chirp a little bit with the best of them. Winnipeg Jets are 8-7-2 coming into tonight's game. 5-2-2 on home ice. They've been pretty good.
Glenn knows this arena quite well. He used to come in here as the Los Angeles King and play against the Jets. Didn't come in often with the Islanders. He only come in once a year, twice a year, or whatever, when the Islanders are on the eastern side, Winnipeg in the western side. But when he was with Los Angeles, they were both in the west. And he got to know this arena quite well. He really says boards are fast, pretty good, but the glass is awful. You can't trust it.
Manson keeps the puck in at the line. Kachuk plays it into the corner to Olczyk. Around the boards for Dallas Drake. Graves pokes at it.
This line again, Drake, Kachuk, and Olczyk, they're working the puck deep and trying to generate offense off of the back boards, off the boards in behind Glenn Healy or in the corners, and they've done well with it.
Dallas Drake, who played at Northern Michigan, won an NCAA championship there in 1991, 26 years old. From Trail, British Columbia.
Same place Ray Ferraro's from.
Correct.
Here's Manson keeping the puck in at the blue line. Now watch how they get the puck deep and start the board work. One corner to the other corner and always support from the other forwards. So far the Rangers have handled it well.
Off the stick with Messier. This could be an icing. Hobby Bullen out to play it. No icing. Puck bounces down. Kept in by Leach. Darren Quint able to move it to Dallas Drake. Sometime Detroit Red Wings. Dallas Drake goes across. Knocked down by Bukaboom. Big hit.
He ran into a shoulder pad there.
4-on-3 the other way. Leach picks up the puck, and Kovalov was offside.
Kovalov tried to stop the blue line, got spinning around 360 style, and couldn't stay onside. What a hit by Bukaboom, baby.
It's a big game for the Rangers. The fans are ready, the ice is ready, and they're ready to drop the puck.
Hey, Rangers fans, celebrate the hottest game in town with the coldest beer on ice.
And they're
Smooth, refreshing Bud Ice, the official beer of the NHL.
As the official airline of the 1996 Olympic Games, Delta is setting the pace for business travelers with an event of its own, the Around the World Relay. It's a team event, coordinating thousands of flights a day to cities throughout the world. So you can go from one plane to another, one place to another, in record time. Delta Airlines.
This is Dallas Drake on the puck. Kovalov falls. It opens up the ice, so he thinks, oh boy, I'm going to skate up and get my thing done. Look at this. That looks like a linebacker in football. That's a big, clean, hard hit. Shoulder of Bukaboom right into Dallas Drake, who had good speed. That's talking about breaking up a play.
And Jeff will be going to Regina for the Grey Cup to play for the Calgary Stampeders. No. Calgary Stampeders and Baltimore Stallions in Regina, Saskatchewan, Sunday for the Grey Cup Championship.
Be on ESPN too.
Doug Flutie.
Guess who's Gus Johnson? Gus Johnson.
Oh,
from
doing the
Madison Square
play-by?
Garden. Yeah, from MSG Network.
Oh, great.
Does the games. There you go.
Battle Chris King and Adam Graves, good buddies. Chris King and his wife Paula expecting their third child any day now. Here's Kovalov. Gave up the puck. Jeff Finley takes over.
Chris King has seen a lot of Kovalov here in the first period. And those two have been getting after one another a little bit.
Jets have another big young defenseman, 19-year-old Jason Zoy. Big kid, but he's come up with an irregular heartbeat. This arrhythmia is the diagnosis, and he's been put on the injured list. Good prospect, according to Coach Terry Simpson. Solani was rubbed out by Leach. Korolev has the puck, 3:25 to go in the first. No score in the game. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play. Rangers 9 shots, Jets 7. Rangers' best chance was Adam Graves going in short-handed, but Teppo Numminen was able to check him at the last moment. Matteau trying to work it around. Verbeek comes out in front. Pass for Nemchinov. It's in his skates, and he couldn't get good wood on it. Here's Solani. Across with Jandov. Jandov missed the drop pass. Now he finds the puck. Bukaboom finds him. And then Nemchinov runs into Jandov, and they may have gone knee to knee.
Yes, they did. Jandov slow getting up. He is getting up and skating on it. His left leg got cut.
Getting rough.
Yeah,
Verbeek was all over Darren Quinn.
Terry Gregson's let these guys go. Jandov has gone to the bench.
Here's Eddie Olczyk with a shot high. Bangs off the glass. Robitaille chips it out. 2.5 minutes to go. Ferraro was hit by Dallas Drake.
Yeah, there's some hitting. You're right. There's some real hitting going on here.
Down the boards.
Coley Campbell doesn't think the Rangers reacted to the hitting last night.
Went toward the net, and a penalty called. Olczyk and Lowe were tied up. It's a holding the stick on Kevin Lowe.
Eddie Olczyk in front draws the power play. The point shot got through traffic. A good save by Glenn Healy, but Winnipeg will get their second power play of the period. Again, Colin Campbell thought that when Chicago played it tough last night, the Rangers just didn't react. They didn't do anything. They just played the game. Here in Winnipeg, it's gotten tough here in the first period, and the Rangers are reacting a lot better. Litzner's got his man. Here's the Lowe shot. Look in front. Kevin Lowe had a hold of Eddie Olczyk, and with Healy making the save. Here's Nemchinov and Zhamnov. They'll meet right here, left knee to left knee. And I think it appeared as though, Sam, the left knee of Nemchinov got into the thigh above the knee of Zhamnov. He skated up to center ice and then took a left to the bench.
Zhamnov was hurt against the Rangers in New York. Left that game.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Holding the stick against Kevin Lowe at 17:45. Second power play of the game for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, Zhamnov, we'll see if he gets any power play time here. Usually plays the point. They've got Dave Manson in that position. Zhamnov remains on the bench.
Manson, Quint, Olczyk, Drake, and Tkachuk for the power play. Messier and Graves, Samuelson, and Driver for the Rangers. 2 minutes to go, first period. No score in the game. Quint drives it around the board. Samuelson back for it. Hard hit by Dallas Drake. And the hits keep coming. And a steal by Messier. Messier heads for the net. Messier is stopped and hit the post.
The post, it went through the legs like he likes to do, but I think it hit the post. Two scoring chances shorthanded set up by Messier, and no goals yet.
Tkachuk centers. Olczyk hit the heel of his stick. Olczyk tied up with Leach. Dallas Drake to the puck, looking for Tkachuk. Beautiful hook check by Healy. Leach slides it down the ice. Good play. Healy with a nice poke.
Yeah. Mark Messier came in here as a kid, 17 years old, with the Cincinnati Stingers. Played against the Winnipeg Jets in the old WHA days.
Yeah.
You want to see uniforms that were nasty looking, these yellow things. But he looks like he's playing better now than he played then.
Zhamnov is on the ice, along with Numminen, who has the puck and the shot. Saved by Healy, and he holds it.
Yes, he does a good job through traffic. Great goaltending here in the first period. Messier took the puck from Dave Manson headed up ice, breakaway from center ice in. He had to settle the puck down, and he tries to open up goaltender's legs and get on the backhand shot and slide the puck through. He did just that, but it hit the goalpost, I believe, on the far side. Here's some good hitting. Oh, baby, did Opie Samuelson get hit by Dallas Drake. Here's the lateral pass that Manson had trouble with, and here goes Messier. First thing, settle the puck down, which he does. Through the legs and off the goalpost. Great effort by Messier, by himself, reading the play, showing speed, handling a rolling puck, beating a goaltender, to hit the goalpost.
He's back, John. The last 2 games he was off the illness in St. Louis, and he wasn't sharp last night either, and now he looks back to his normal self.
He just felt all right last night. He just didn't have any zip, but the zip is here in the first period for him.
Played by Nemchinov and Bukaboom.
Been a well played first period. Yes. Tough grinding, some good scoring chances, and a lot of speed in the period.
A lot of hitting.
Oh, I like that.
Good hitting.
It's hockey.
Milmanen drives it around the board. 30 seconds to go.
Glass.
First period bounces to Solani. His pass blocked. Shane Doan is hit by Samuelson. 8 seconds to go on the power play for Winnipeg. Doan and Samuelson go down.
Samuelson's had a lot of body contacts in this period.
Korolev to Jamnov. Checked by Messier, deflected. Samuelson controls it off the board. Stopped by Korolev. Team's at full strength with 10 seconds left in the period. Samuelson, good play to ward off Shane Doan. Gets it to Messier. His pass blocked. Taken by Korolev. And that's it. Period comes to an end. And a good first period, but neither team able to score. Messier showing good speed.
Some fine goaltending at both ends. Great hitting. And good, intense play by both hockey clubs and a referee that's let them play. It's a nice combination.
Well, Rangers are not trailing after the first period.
That was a much better first period. They're more alert, and they played a game that you have to play on the road, and that is when you're hit with a challenge. Stick with the challenge and battle through it. It was a good first period.
Rangers head off. Keith Tkachuk will join us between periods. There's no score. End of 1 here in Winnipeg. Don't go away.
With a newly enhanced Vortec 4300 V6 engine and available push-button four-wheel drive, the GMC Jimmy can handle virtually anything you might encounter on the road. But you may appreciate Jimmy even more for its ability to get you out of your own driveway. For a great lease offer, visit your Tri-State GMC truck dealer today.
Welcome to Ranger Country. The Rangers face off against Mario Lemieux and the Penguins after MCS Cannon Game Night Tuesday on MSG.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Payne Weber. By your Tri-State GMC truck dealers, the strength of experience. By New York State Lottery. Play New York Lotto and you could win millions of dollars. Hey, you never know. And by the incredible i30 from Infiniti. More flagship styling, space, and performance than you'd ever expect.
Back at the Winnipeg Arena, New York Rangers and Winnipeg Jets are scoreless, end of one. Keith Tkachuk playing with a hairline fracture of his left thumb last season. Some great points. If you prorate it out over a full season, it would have been 36 goals, 260 penalty minutes. How's the thumb, Keith?
Well, it's obviously a factor out there. It's very tough to shoot the puck, but you know, I just want to go up and down and try to get those guys the puck and let them shoot. But first period, we're going good as one.
Keith, was the decision to play completely yours? I mean, did the coaching staff go up and say, how was the pain? Can you play? And I guess you don't, at this time of the season, think about freezing it up or anything like that, do you?
No, I'm not going to freeze it up. I got a full cast on it, so I mean, they say, you can't get every injured, but I heard that before. But I want to play. He asked me yesterday. Coach Simpson asked me yesterday, and I said, I pretty much lied to him, told him I felt great, so he believed it.
Keith, how hard is it to play for you and the rest of the players in Winnipeg this season, knowing that you won't be here next season, but you don't know where you'll be?
Well, it's not that bad. I mean, we know where we're going. Last year it was more difficult. We didn't know if we were staying or we're going. Now we know we're sold to a group in Minnesota, so we're aware of that, and we're just going to go out and play, make it the best possible year possible in Winnipeg.
Talk about this game for a moment, if you could, Keith. It seemed to us like it was a very spirited first period. I think both teams played relatively well. Were you happy with the game plan your team put together and how it went?
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough team. The Stanley Cup champions a couple of years ago. We just want to, neutralize them, stop their big guns, and just play the body on them, and hopefully keep it in their end.
Keith, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Keith Tkachuk, Melrose, Massachusetts native, former U.S. Olympian, and one of the leaders of the Winnipeg Jets. Back with Sports Desk in a moment.
Our celebrity guest tonight will receive dinner for two at Martini's Restaurant, with New York City's largest outdoor cafe. Located at 53rd Street and 7th Avenue, another fine Reese restaurant.
If you've got business in Washington, you have two choices. You can take the shuttle, or you can fly. Metroliner, the smarter shuttle.
Power Play Productions presents the first Mark Messier limited edition phone card series. A spectacular four-card series celebrating the Ranger captain's most glorious moments in New York while leading the Rangers to their long-awaited Stanley Cup. Buy one for $10 and select all four for just $29.95. And help Mark help the kids, as 10% of all proceeds goes to the Tomorrow's Children's Fund. Each card comes with 5 free minutes of calling time, and you can qualify to win great Mark Messier autographed merchandise. Help Mark help the kids. Order your Mark Messier phone card series today.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need, the possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
Dear car owners, at Midas, we'll do an oil change free with purchase of any shock, strut, front end, or alignment service. With suspension service at Midas, the oil change is free. The Midas way, the way it should be.
The Maglite flashlight is a work of art that works. A Maglite flashlight is the brilliant gift idea for any occasion.
Evening, everybody. This is Bob Page back in our Sports Desk studios in New York with a home-and-home series against the Washington Capitals tonight and tomorrow evening. Mario Lemieux sitting out tonight for Pittsburgh at Landover versus the Caps. Seconds ago, the Penguins have scored. They lead in the game 1-0. The Islanders play later on this evening at Anaheim against the Ducks, desperately attempting to shake up the Isles. Danton Cole and Micah Azevov were called up from the minor leagues today. You see the goal that Wayne Gretzky scored last night against the Islanders? Midway through the third period in L.A., he makes that nice effort on L.A.'s 8th marker of the evening. Gretzky also had 5 assists in a 9-2 romp over the utterly pathetic, lifeless Islanders. And here's Justice NHL style for you. Today, Dallas right wing Shane Churla was suspended for 2 games and fined an additional $1,000 for a vicious slash. But since Churla has been sidelined with an ankle injury, the league says the suspension has already been served. Shouldn't the 2 games be served when a guy is physically able to play somehow? I'll be back right after these messages.
Sports Desk is brought to you by Buick, makers of the concept car you can drive, the 1995 Riviera.
When was the last time you played in the rain? Let your hair go wild. Flexed your muscles to the world. Stayed up past your bedtime. When was the last time you really had fun in a car? Riviera by Buick. Go ahead. Express yourself.
For me, life has always been quite simple. You work an honest day, always give your best, and never forget, there's no substitute for nature's finest. So while you'll find my name on the bag, you won't find me taking all the credit.
Jim Herr doesn't use just any potatoes. But then Jim Herr doesn't make just any potato chip. Make hers yours.
Don Mattingly was to tell the Yankees today whether he intended to play next year. So far, no comment from anybody concerned. At the WTA tournament here at the Garden tonight, Conchita Martinez continued to have problems with a sprained neck. On serve throughout the first set, Conchita allowed Brenda Schultz-McCarthy to break her here in the final game and win the set 7-5. Schultz then completed an upset of the second-seeded Spaniard by winning the second set 6-2. She plays Anka Uber in the semifinals tomorrow night. The Gabriela Sabatini's Vareva match now in progress on our regular MSG service. And the Garden announced today that Roy Jones Jr. will fight Merky Sosa, heading a boxing card here on January 12th. Back to Winnipeg next.
Hey, Giants fans! Don't miss all the news on this year's Big Blue Wrecking Crew with team news, features, and highlights on Giants Today, right here on MSG.
Driver. Much pass Graves to Messier. He shoots. He scores! Mark Messier, number 500, and it's a hat trick. What a night for Mark Messier!
Boom, laka, laka, boom, laka, laka, laka. Here's Mueller. Shot. Nice give and go. Boy, what a beauty. Hey, hey, hey. You getting runner. You're gonna feel that too. I want to take you higher. Next on MSG will take you higher. Look out. Boom, laka, 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 boom, laka, laka, laka.
What if there were no sports? If you couldn't join a team, what will you join? If you couldn't dream a touchdown, what will you dream? What if you did something? What if you cleaned up an old ball field? Or put up a new rim? What if there were no sports? Would I still be your hero?
The top 16 singles players, the top 8 doubles teams compete for the World Championship of Women's Tennis. It's the WTA Tour Championships at Madison Square Garden. For tickets, call 212-465-6500, 212-465-6500. See the best, take on the best for the richest prize purse in women's tennis. Expected players Steffi Graf, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, Gabriela Sabatini, and more. It's the biggest women's sports event in the world. Tennis, anyone?
Sam and JD back at the Winnipeg Arena. No score in the game, but a lot of hitting in that first period, big
We
boy.
saw a little bit of everything. It was a very enjoyable, spirited period. Look at Dallas Drake with open ice, and all of a sudden he hits a wall. A wall of Boom. A great clean hit there. Here you see Ulf Samuelsson. He gets powered in by Dallas Drake. He threw some good ones.
That was payback.
Here's Ulf playing the puck, and he got nailed by Kachuk. Some good hitting. And then the Rangers had the best scoring chance of the period. It's a breakaway, shorthanded by Messier as he stripped the puck from Dave Manson. He did everything right to finish the play. He hit the goal post, and that's why we're still sitting there with a couple of goose eggs up on the scoreboard.
We'll be back in Winnipeg. Start of the second period in just a moment.
Power Play Productions presents the first Mark Messier limited edition phone card series, a spectacular four-card series celebrating the Ranger captain's most glorious moments in New York while leading the Rangers to their long-awaited Stanley Cup. Buy one for $10 or select all four for just $29.95 and help Mark help the kids, as 10% of all proceeds goes to the Tomorrow's Children's Fund. Each card comes with 5 free minutes of calling time, and you can qualify to win great Mark Messier autographed merchandise. Help Mark help the kids. Order your Mark Messier phone card series today.
Some run, some swim, some jump. But only one Olympic team will lift, pack, and ship their way to Atlanta from around the world. From athletic equipment to telecommunications equipment that will help bring the games to the world. If they're here, chances are the company that guarantees delivery from around the globe got them here. Excepting those who made it entirely on their own. UPS, worldwide Olympic sponsor.
You have the perfect shot, the perfect moment, but the flash doesn't go off. Next time, use Energizer brand batteries from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. And by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
First period scoring summary is brought to you by Hertz. For business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. No scoring in the first. Rangers 10 shots, Jets 9. Jets 0 for 2 on the power play. Rangers 0 for 1. Mark Messier 8 shifts, 9 minutes of playing time, 9:07 to be exact. Pete Tkachuk with the broken thumb, 6 shifts, 5:42 playing time.
Messier's 3 shots were more than anybody else had on the ice. No Jet forward had any more than 1 except for Dave Manson. He's a defenseman.
And more than he's had in the previous 2 games.
Not only Sam did he get the 3 shots, but he also moved the puck well to set up some other scoring chances. The last 2 games, no points, 2 shots. And, you know, what's distressing there is if Mark's line doesn't have a great game, maybe they don't win. So you want other people to pick it up if his line isn't going, and they're not going to go for 82 games. I mean, there may be, you would think, around 10 games a year where his line won't have a real strong game.
But so far this season, it just seems like the whole team feeds off Mark. When Mark goes, the whole team goes, not just his line.
The other thing to mention here is the Rangers during the first period only gave up 1 odd man rush, and that was the play where Nemchinov ended up taking the hooking penalty on Zhamnov. The Rangers had 3 themselves, mostly when Messier was on the ice.
Messier, Graves, Kovalov, Leach, and Vukaboom to start the second period. Olchek, Drake, Tkachuk, Manson, and Quint for Winnipeg. Messier hustling back for the puck. Hit by Tkachuk. Puck taken by Drake. Drake's pass blocked by Leach. Leach pushes it up the boards to Adam Graves. Quickly to Messier. Messier cross. Shot deflected by Manson, goes into the crowd.
Kovalov had to stop or he would have been offside, so that took away the thrust of the rush when Messier had the puck.
Mark Messier, among the leaders in scoring.
I find it interesting, in the top 22, 25 scorers in the league, Messier has more penalty minutes than anybody else. I like it when Mark Messier plays with that little extra gleam in the eye when he wants to kind of establish himself physically and get a little miserable on the ice. Opens up the ice at times.
Messier with 21 points this season. Ferraro and Robitaille 20. Kovalov, Leach, and Graves. Kovalov, Verbeek, and Leach with 19. Graves with 15. Rangers scoring leaders. Drake sending it in. Vukaboom looks around. Tkachuk on him. Messier hit by Drake. Leach. Kovalov. He's one-on-one with Dave Manson. Spin around. Nice pass to Leach. Leach with a backhander deflected wide. Darren Quint got back. Out the other way down is Drake. Covering up. His boot driver just coming off the bench. He ties up Drake. Puck lifted clear by Adam Graves. 2-line pass whistle against the Rangers. A little over a minute gone by in the second period. Time for our Coke Classic play. We take you back to some familiar names who played here in Winnipeg with the Jets in the WHA. Anders Hedberg, Ulf Nielsen, and Bobby Hull.
There's Anders against the Quebec Nordique. To Ulfie. Fights off a check. and feeds Bobby for the quick shots.
The Golden Jet.
You know, and Anders and Opie obviously played with the Rangers, and Bobby Hull's last training camp was with the Rangers.
That's right.
Hit me right in the, hit me right in the
making
chest
the
with a
team.
slap shot. He came to camp, and his slap shot wasn't very good because of his bad shoulders. But as camp wore on, the shot got better and better and better. And late in the camp, he hit me one day with a slap shot right in the chest. I felt like I got hit with an elephant gun. It just felt like it was going to go right through you. Heavy, hard, big-time shot.
If I remember correctly, Bobby was about 42.
Is that right? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Here's a chance in front. Saved by Healy on Shane Doan. And it's cleared by Samuelson.
And there's the Jets getting some offense off of a forechecking play when the puck was put in deep. They recovered the puck deep and set up the shot in front. Glenn Healy is perfect so far. 10 for 10, as is Abby Boulin, 10 for 10.
Shane Doan was the 7th player chosen in the 1995 draft.
See the hit? And then the puck put in front for the shot. And there's Glenn Healy with a rebound there. Turcotte couldn't get to it. I think it was a Chris King forechecking hit. Yeah, King not only got the hit, but he put the puck in front for the shot by Doan. And there's Turcotte all around the front of the net, but not able to find the puck as it got loose from Glenn Healy.
Coach Terry Simpson is hoping Shane Doan will turn into the prototypical power forward. Scored 25, 30 goals a season. Played tough, hard along the boards. Is a real good, smart player. And he scored his first 2 NHL goals Tuesday night against Chicago, and he scored the game winner in overtime.
Usually the Jets play 3 rookies, and he's one of them. And if you play a full season with that size, I mean, you quickly mature in this league. It's great experience for him.
And Chinov against Newman, and centering pass on goal, and saved by Hobby Bolin. I don't know if it was tipped by Sundstrom.
Absolutely.
Beautiful play. Leach, knocked away by Korolev. Hopped by Leach, heads for the net. Beautiful poke check, but Newman and scores. Healy with a gambling play, poked it away from Korolev, but Newman in there to give Winnipeg a 1-0 lead.
That's his 3rd goal of the season. Remember in the first period, we talked about offense for the Jets. As the puck's near the net, Newman jumps in. It's like a 4-man work area near the net. Here's the shot for the save, and Sundstrom had the deflection. 1 save and 1 in leads to this offense. Boom got tied up with his man. There's Leach getting stripped by Korolev, and the puck put in front. Great play by Healy, but nobody picked up Newman and moving in from the blue line. And he scored on the open side. Again, you've got 3 forwards in here for the Jets, and Newman jumps in, and we saw him do it in the first period. That's what makes him so good. And it's 1-0 Winnipeg.
Well, those people who want to vote for Newman, part of your case. Giveaway from Healy to Jim McKenzie. Gets it to Darren Shannon. Wraparound try blocked by Healy. Shannon into the corner. Sends it to Mike Eastwood. His wraparound from the backhand side is stopped by Healy, and he holds on.
Jets continue with the forecheck. You've seen them in this game to this point try to generate some offense by getting the puck over the Rangers' goal line and then pounding on the backboards. It seems to be working.
Newman getting his 3rd of the season from Korolev at 1:55 of the 2nd period, giving the Jets a 1-0 lead.
And now gives the Jets defense 7 goals on the season, the exact same amount that the Rangers defense have scored on the season, 7 apiece. And again, this matchup, Sam, Tkachuk, Olczyk, Drake, with Manson and Quint against the Messier forward line. That's been a matchup, even though Messier's on the ice now with Langdon and Kyprios. The Rangers, I think their coaching staff feel it's enough hitting by the Jets. Time for the Rangers to start doing some hitting.
Messier wins the face-off. Low is checked by Eddie Olczyk. That was Drake battling Messier for the puck. Messier able to work it to Darren Langdon. Now for Kyprios. And Quint. Kyprios hitting him into the corner. Langdon for the puck. Works it to Messier. Avoids Keith Tkachuk, but it was knocked away by Dave Manson. And Manson carries out. The end boards. Eddie Olczyk fires. Hits Dallas Drake. Ooh, big hit by Tkachuk on Kevin Lowe. Boy, solid body check by Keith Tkachuk. Rangers trying to break out. Messier's got the puck. Manson back. Messier across to Langdon. He's in. He scores!
Oh, baby.
Darren Langdon with a beauty.
I just looked at the Rangers bench, and to a man, they all just jumped up to celebrate. These are the types of plays that during the game should spark a hockey club. Big hit by Keith Tkachuk on Kevin Lowe. And then I think it was Langdon that threw a hit at the same time on Dallas Drake. Then the Rangers worked the puck up ice. Great play by Messier to hit Langdon. And then Langdon's puck, it just seemed to slide under the left pad of the goaltender, and he scored. Here's the hit by Kachuk. Now watch Langdon. He throws one, too. And the Rangers here, Kevin Lowe battles back, finds the puck. Messier, who loves to carry it through the neutral zone, goes wide, waits, and there's the open man. And he caught the goaltender moving, just slid the puck low. There's Langdon getting open, staying wide. The puck finds him. Nothing fancy, baby. No great pass there, just putting it on goal. And Langdon scores a nice goal from Messier and Kevin Lowe to tie it up.
Aaron Langdon's second goal of the season, third career goal, and his first one off a shot. His first NHL goal deflected in off somebody. His second goal was a deflection off his stick. Ferraro shot blocked, and this one is off a shot, and it ties the game 1-1.
Rangers now need, I think, the Ferraro line to really have themselves a good number of shifts here to get something going. Playing with Verbeek on the line tonight.
Moving it, moves it around the board to Jeff Finley. Finley gets to it, slips it clear. Driver able to get it to Samuelson. He hits a linesman with it, Randy Benton. On the boards, Samuelson. Ahead for Robitaille. Robitaille to Ferraro. Open man is Verbeek. Takes the pass, takes the shot. Save, Hobby Bullen.
Yeah, very similar play to Langdon. Hobby Bullen moves and leaves one side open.
2-on-1 the other way. Solani for Jolinoff. He missed it. It actually turned into a 3-on-1 as Korolev got there. Back the other way. Here comes Verbeek with room. He shoots. Wide. Around the boards, Leach. Leach deep. Centers deflected just wide by Verbeek.
It's river hockey.
It's opened up now. Solani with a puck. In fact, 76 goal scorer, Timo Solani. Rookie of the year in the NHL. He scored the 76. Alexei Kovalov moves it. And Chinov. Bumped by Darryl Shannon. Has it back. Centering pass was through. Darren Shannon sends out Mike Eastwood. Now Darren Shannon. Against Ryan Leach. Intercepted by Vukovic. Sends it back up the board. Stopped by Shannon. Leach on him. In the corner, Eastwood keeps it moving past Jim McKenzie. Kovalov back for it. 1-1 the score. 15:05 to go, second period. Battle along the boards. Taken by Eastwood. Checked by Vukovic, and it's intercepted by Leach. Stopped by Manson. Takes the shot. Save. Healy through traffic. Rebound score. Jim McKenzie. Healy made the save, but the rebound was loose. McKenzie found it, and Winnipeg leads 2-1.
Well, the Rangers couldn't get the puck out along the zone. It looked like the Leach pass that went to Nemchinov was in the air and away from him. Here you see Leach with a nice strip of the puck, and here he fires it up. There's nobody on the point. It went off of Nemchinov's hand, and the Rangers never recovered. They started running around, and McKenzie finds the rebound. Again, Leach makes a nice play here, intercepting the puck. But the Rangers are caught deep in their zone. As you see, the puck shot from the point. Shot, big rebound. And Brian Leach fell down, as you see on the play. The shot by McKenzie goes through through Healy, and Winnipeg gets the lead back.
Kevin Lowe trying to get away from Shane Doan. Messier back on with Kyprios and Langdon. Kyprios with a nice move inside. He shoots, save, Hobby Bullen. Good shot by Kyprios. Langdon playing it back to Kyprios. In the corner, Turcotte drives it around the board. All the way down. 14:25 to go in the second. Healy trying to move it up the boards and fanned on it. Gets help from Doug Lidster. Now Messier. Blocked by Chris King. Feeds it Turcotte through to Shane Doan. He shoots, save by Healy. Bounces down behind the goal line. Lidster plays it.
That was another good play by Chris King, keeping the puck alive and setting up a scoring chance.
Puck all the way down. This will be icing on the Rangers. McKenzie got his first at 5:07 from Manson. 2-1 Winnipeg.
I have to say Larry is my best friend. The guy is a maniac for sports. He loves to play football. That's his sport, and he's the boss.
And he'll never, ever leave a game early.
What is this,
the Arctic Bowl? He's rolling out the tarp with him. Larry!
But all my life, Larry's always done me big favors.
Mike, Diane, Mike.
Very big favors.
Yes.
Cheers, buddy.
When you're with a friend as good as Larry, shouldn't you have a Heineken?
How does Minolta stay on top?
Do you think that I'd zoom to Bora Bora without my new Explorer?
I can keep my little girl at any age with Minolta's Freedom Family Zoom.
I ain't know about being number one, and the maximum through in the SI keeps Minolta on top.
This Minolta Compact can't zoom to 140 millimeters? I lied.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
Buy the Action Zoom, and you've joined Club Minolta.
Terry Simpson, the head coach of the Winnipeg Jets, former Islanders coach, has coached in Philadelphia.
Kitty Carlisle on the bench with him. Randy Carlisle. Nicknamed Kitty. Working with Terry Simpson.
And Perry Pern.
Yeah.
Who you played with, John?
Oh, there's Randy Carlisle. Fine defenseman. When he was in his prime. Yeah, Perry Pern did a lot of coaching with the Canadian national team along with Dick Todd, Rangers assistant coach. Played with him years ago he won a Canadian championship actually in what they call Tier 2 hockey. In Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Nice quiet island.
Penalty upcoming here.
Holding
the stick on Ray Ferraro, I believe.
Right off the draw, I think.
So the Rangers down a goal will be down a man as Winnipeg will get their third power play of the game. The Ranger goal, by the way, was Langdon his second for Messier and Kyprios at 2:58. Then came the McKenzie goal at 5:07 from Manson.
No, very important penalty kill for the Rangers here is off the draw. Ray Ferraro took a holding the stick penalty. Right away, goalie Campbell just reached out, tapped the back of Messier, tapped the back of Graves, and they start the penalty kill. Now, Ferraro's a centerman. You see the puck loose, but he stays with the centerman and just grabs a hold of the stick. That was the stick of Solani.
Korolev, number 23, with Shane Doan, number 19. Timo Solani, number 8. Tempo Numinen and Alexei Zhamnov. Doan trying to get loose, fell down, moves it to Solani. Now out to Numinen. Zhamnov one times it wide, bounces to the back of the net. Doan works it loose. Driver moves it up the board. Driver and Samuelson with Messier and Graves for the Rangers. Samuelson broke it up in front. Loose puck. Doan trying to find it. Driver couldn't clear. Numinen down low. Solani shot it wide.
Quick pass, quick shot. I can't understand why this power play is ranked 17th. It just seems to be better.
Korolev, big battle in front. Samuelson and Doan.
That was interesting.
Deflects to the crowd.
Samuelson gets behind Doan, and he tries to push the helmet from behind down over Doan's eyes. Doan didn't like it, so he got back in behind Samuelson to push Samuelson from behind. It was a pretty good battle in front.
Samuelson.
Again, he likes to get behind the forward in front of Glenn Healy and just push the helmet from behind, and it pushes the helmet right down over the eyes of the forward. It's pretty tough to deflect the puck when you've got a helmet right over top of your eyes.
You can't see it coming. Shane Doan is 6'2", 205. He looks bigger than that, John, and young. 19 years old, just turned 19 last month.
What are they? I mean, it just seems every year the kids are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Good-looking player. He was the MVP of the Memorial Cup tournament last year. Played for Kamloops. Healy covers up as little trouble developed. Olchek was looking for the loose puck. 58 seconds to go on the penalty to Ray Ferraro. 12:52 to go, second period. Jets with a 2-1 lead on the Rangers.
I was talking to Glenn Healy on the plane last night from Chicago here to Winnipeg about Vakota and Kasparaitis having a brawl in practice. They're teammates for the Islanders. They had a real brawl in practice. Healy fought Vakota one day in practice.
Oh, yeah?
So he did pretty good. And everybody was holding Vakota, so he just popped him a few times.
Did he keep his goalie equipment on?
No, he kept everything on.
That's right.
The blocker, the helmet, and why not?
Boy, Islanders had a big loss, bad loss in L.A. last night, huh?
Well, the best thing to say there is Gretzky got 6 points. I love it when Wayne Gretzky plays well. He's been so good for this game for so long. Glad to see it happen.
Deflection by Olchek over the top and off the
there's that pass and shot off the pass by Manson. He's so good at it, it was perfect for the deflection.
Manson. Here's Darren Quint with a shot saved by Healy. And the puck is in his pads.
He knew the puck hit him, he just didn't know where it was. With Dallas Drake standing right in front. But again, I want to talk about the Winnipeg Blue Liners on the power play. Zhamnov and Manson play the right point position on the units. Here's Dallas Drake working the face-off. He gets the puck. Now watch Manson get it and shoot the puck right here off the pass. How good that is. That's perfect for Olczyk for the deflection. It's down on the ice. He wastes no time because Manson shoots the puck off the pass. They were so impressive watching them work that today in practice. You just, again, look at their power play and you say, 17th. Why?
Yeah. Olczyk, Tkachuk, Drake, Manson, and Quint. 41 seconds to go on the man advantage. Sundstrom won that face-off, but the Jets gained control. Quint shoots, score! Keith Tkachuk on a deflection. And the Winnipeg Jets have a 3-1 lead.
Glenn Healy fired the puck into the stands. Lucky he didn't get a penalty. Randy Mintz is skating over to tell a referee right now, and he might.
Yeah.
He skated over to tell a referee, Terry Gregson. Gregson's making the decision right now. Here's the face-off. You see it's controlled by the power play team. And here's the shot, and there's the deflection by Eddie Olczyk, I think, not Tkachuk. And it's 3-1 Jets, and it may be a penalty to Glenn Healy. Randy Mintz, here's the deflection, Sam, and I think it was Eddie Olczyk.
Yeah, you may be right.
So it's 3-1 Winnipeg on a power play. Healy took the puck and just fired it into the stands. Randy Mintz, the linesman, was standing there, and he skated right up to center ice at the transceiver's box and told the referee about it. Now, it's in the book. If the referee calls this, he has no choice. You don't fire the puck in the stands. The referee, when he's told this, has no choice but to make the call. He probably doesn't even want to make the call, but he has to make it. It's an undisciplined play by Glenn Healy.
And the Rangers are scored on. Rangers were shorthanded. They give up the power play goal, and now will be shorthanded again as Healy, out of frustration,
that's right,
put the puck up into the stands.
He's a competitor. He competes and he battles. We've all done things like this. I used to break my stick over the crossbar or whatever, but you've got to try not to do it. He did it. His team's in trouble right now, down 3-1, and the Jets starting to go. The linesman skated right up. It's Randy Mintz, who also worked the game last night in Chicago, and he stood there telling the referee what happened. The referee turns in there to tell the announcer. It's a 2-minute penalty for delay of game or unsportsmanlike conduct or whatever. Delay of game, yeah.
Shooting the puck up into the stands.
It's in the book. It's got to be called, and it's not a disciplined play at all by Glenn Healy.
So, it's now a 3-1 game.
Ryan Leach goes over to
Leach is serving the penalty. That's an interesting development.
Actually, they gave the goal to Tkachuk, Sam.
Well,
maybe he did.
Olczyk pointed to Tkachuk when he came around the net, so that's why I called Tkachuk on this.
Give Tkachuk just a great deal of credit here for playing with a fractured thumb, with a cast on him to his elbow. He's been throwing the body. Here he gets a power play goal. You see why he was sought after by Chicago during the offseason.
Offside, whistled against Winnipeg. They're on the power play again. Tkachuk from Quint and Olczyk at 7:31. So after the Rangers had tied it at 2:58, less than 5 minutes later, they are down by 2, 3-1.
Power play was a holding the stick penalty. That's another thing you don't like to see off the face-off. It's too soft a penalty to give the other team the power play opportunity, as Keith looks like he's deep in thought.
Messier, offside. Graves half a stride ahead of the play. Minute 40 to go in the power play for Winnipeg.
Well, the goal by Langdon, the Rangers coaching staff, I'm sure if they don't win the game, will say, you know, when you see a goal scored by Darren Langdon, your fourth-line guy, you think it would spark your club and get it going. Didn't happen that way here. Winnipeg came right back with a goal by their tough guy, McKenzie, his first of the year, and then the power play goal. The Rangers are down 3-1 and face another power play.
Numanen, Zhamnov, Korolev, Doan, and Solani for the power play. Korolev, nice feed of Solani, Doan to the net, good block by Samuelson, score! Igor Korolev gives Winnipeg a 4-1 lead. They've scored 3 in a row. Two power play goals, and the Jets have a 3-goal lead.
There you see the Jets move out of their zone. There's a great pass. Here's another very good pass, and then everybody follows up the play. You see 3 Jets to the net, and the 4th one moves in, and he's the guy that scores. It's Korolov. Again, on the power play, you can take chances offensively, and the Jets do. They've got 1 man behind the net, 1 man at each goalpost. You see here, and there comes Korolov. He's the 4th. And when you outnumber the opposition like that on the power play, you'll get great scoring chances. It's now 4-1 with the Jets getting their last 2 on the power play. They deserve it.
12th goal of the season for Igor Korolov, traded away from St. Louis. Rejoined his boyhood friend and teammate, Alexei Zhamnov, and Korolov is having an outstanding year.
It's amazing. You do your homework, you find out these things. Zhamnov played with Korolov when they were kids. They put them back together, and it's just like it's magic. And they've been good from right at the beginning of the season. Whoever gets this team, Sam, whatever city gets this team, it's a pretty good hockey club. Yes. It could be Phoenix, it could be Portland, it could be Atlanta, it could be, I don't know where else.
What happened in Minneapolis?
Things don't look good in Minneapolis.
Really? Rangers are down 4-1. They got a long comeback.
It's coming to life. Madison Square Garden presents A Christmas Carol, the magical family musical. Entertainment Weekly raves, wrap up the kids and go. It's New York's favorite new holiday tradition, with music from the composer of Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and Pocahontas. Starring Terrence Mann as Scrooge and me, Ben Vereen, as the ghost of Christmas Present.
A Christmas Carol at the Paramount. For great seats, call Ticketmaster. Brought to you by Diane Coke.
Holding the stick of one of the Rangers, and he's in the penalty box for 2 or less. Rangers their second power play of the game.
Rangers trail 4-1. Power play could possibly get them going if they score or if they get some good offensive flow on it. A disturbing statistic is that the Rangers have only scored 3 power play goals this season when they've been trailing, when they're behind in games, Sam. And that's when your power play is needed. That's when pressure is on your power play. Here it is. Let's see if the Rangers can get it going.
Leach, Driver, Messier, Graves, and Kovalov for the power play. Newman, Manson, Darren Shannon, and Mike Eastwood, the penalty killing unit for the Jets. Kovalov's got the puck. Driver takes the shot, deflected, save, Hobby Bullen, and he's got the puck.
Good shot by Driver, quick shot off the pass, much like Manson and Zhamnov do. And the goaltender made the save and scooped up the rebound.
The Jets' 2 power play goals came in a span of 38 seconds.
Here you see the Rangers flood the one side of the ice, keep the puck in, and here's the pass by Kovalov with Driver straightening himself out for the shot. Little deflection by Graves, and before he could get to the rebound, the goalkeeper was right there scooping up the loose puck.
Kachuk scored his 10th from Quinton Olczyk at 7:31, and at 8:09, Korolov from Solani and Newmanen. So Newmanen with a goal and an assist in the game.
Turcotte used a lot killing penalties, but he hasn't been used on the power play, has he?
No, not at all. Korolov with a goal and an assist as well.
He likes the power play. A lot more than he likes killing penalties, I think.
Kovalev to begin. Deflection by Graves goes wide. It's Kovalov and Korolov. I have to remember that.
Great play by Kovalov, Deacon Manson.
Driver's shot stopped by Hobby Bullen. He covers the rebound.
You know, Kovalov moved in on a very experienced Dave Manson, and he really addressed him. He made a nice play, a real good stick-handling play to get around Manson. Then he made a nice pass, Kovalov did, in front of the goal for Graves, but Graves' deflection went wide, and Graves hasn't had much luck moving the puck in the goal. Here's the pass from Leach. Look at this one-on-one play. Bang, gone. Now Graves can drive to the net, stick down. There's the pass, and the deflection goes just wide. Nice play. Here's Messier feeding Bruce Driver again, who has the quick shot. This time it's up too high. And there was a rebound, but the goaltender again covered it up. That shot's too high. You don't want it into the waist. You want it down low so you get a better chance at a rebound or a deflection.
1 minute to go now on the power play. This off coming all the way out. Rangers Rangers sending on Ferraro, Verbeek, and Robitaille.
Eastwood took the draw. He's good. And he went to the bench and was replaced.
Here's Chris King trying to break down shorthanded. Cutting in. Stays with it. He's bumped by Leach. Pass back. Intercepted. Rangers go the other way. Ferraro with Robitaille to his right. Knocked away by Darryl Shannon. Leach with the puck. 9:45 to go, second period. All the scoring here in the second. No score in the first. 5 goals here in the second. 4 by Winnipeg. Lidster finds Verbeek. The shot blocked by Jeff Finley. Verbeek again. Out to Leach. Across to Lidster. Wrist shot. Glove save. Hobby Bull.
We see 2 nice blocks there. One by Lidster on a slap shot to keep the puck in the zone. And then the block by Shannon as the Rangers took the point shot. It wasn't Finley. Finley with a block. My apologies. Here you see Verbeek with the puck. Back to Leach. He also has Lidster. And there's the shot at the end of the play. Again, the goaltender held on. Here's the shot before. Finley goes down to block it. Before that, Lidster had made a great block to keep the puck in the zone to beat Verbeek. And the Jets keep the puck out of the net.
Messier back on. This time with Kyprios and Langdon. 14 seconds left in the power play. Lidster shoots. Save Hobby Bull and bats the rebound into the crowd.
Let's put it this way. That should be... No, it's not called a penalty.
And the Rangers are questioning that. Gregson...
Yeah, I don't think it was deliberately shot. He banged it out of midair and went right over the glass. It's got to be a penalty. It's a delay game.
That's what I would think.
You'll see here, the Rangers win the draw. There's a shot. The puck's in midair. He just slaps it over the glass. Should be a penalty.
And I think he intentionally tried to slap it over.
I don't know if he wanted to shoot over the glass, but he tried to slap the puck. If you fire the puck off towards the glass and it goes over, it's a penalty. I don't know the difference. But Terry Gregson, a veteran referee, has his own reasons.
Kyprio's shot went wide. Teams are back at full strength. Rangers 0 for 2 on the power play. 0 for their last 15 on the power play. Eastwood checked by Lidster.
Let's go for the trip aside from the 2 in Hartford.
That's correct.
None in St. Louis, none in Chicago, and none here.
Olchek. Stopped by Samuelson. Walk around the boards. Langdon takes over. Darren Langdon has the only goal for the Rangers. Lidster in deep. Save. Hobby Bull.
What a nice play by Kyprios. Kyprios set up Lidster, who jumped into the play. I think Kyprios has had a good trip. He's played well for the Rangers on this trip.
When was the last time you played in the rain? Let your hair go wild. Flexed your muscles to the world. Stayed up past your bedtime. When was the last time you really had fun in a car? Riviera by Buick. Go ahead. Express yourself.
Whether it was big or small, one story, maybe more. Somehow you got up the courage to buy yourself a home. Well, now you can use whatever equity you've built to realize a renovation, or even your kid's education, with a home equity line of credit from the people at Chase Manhattan. So what once seemed like the risk of your life may be your most profitable experience. Call 1-800-AT-CHASE. Chase Manhattan. Profit from the experience.
The best in women's tennis at Madison Square Garden this week. WTA Tour Championships presented by Corel. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock on MSG Network. Foley Campbell, I don't think we'll be watching tennis tomorrow. Rangers will charter home after tonight's game. Might be some work to do. Got a long way to come back right now. Down 4-1. With the game tied, the Jets scored 3 goals in a span of a little over 3 minutes. 2 of those goals on the power play in 38 seconds. Chinoff, Matteau, Kovalov on with Kukaboom and Leach. Kachuk stumping it in. That was straight picked off by Kukaboom. Almost beat Healy to it.
And thinking about that play by Javi Bulin swatting the puck into the stands, I think the referee is thinking he must have possession before he does it. Okay? He didn't have possession of the puck when he batted it into the stands. Then, no penalty.
Whistle on the play, and offside was called. 8:16 to go. Rangers 19 shots on goal. Jets have 18. Ray Ferraro and Glenn Healy took penalties back-to-back, and the Rangers paid for it. Here's the second. Well, the largest crowd coming into play tonight for the Jets this season was opening night, 13,914. It's obviously the town upset with the fact that Winnipeg Jets will be no more. They're hoping that they might even get international hockey league.
Yeah, the IHL is looking into it. The thought is that if this team moves to Minneapolis, that the Minnesota Moose would maybe move up here as far as the IHL goes. This is a great arena. When I played junior hockey, we played in here when we came into Winnipeg. It was great that way. Great sight lines. And tonight, it's a pretty good crowd. Friday night, Mark Messier and his team in town.
And if I may say so, I think it's the absolute best broadcast location in the NHL.
Very, very good.
I mean, if we fell out of the booth, we'd be on the ice.
Yeah, no, we'd fall in the penalty box where we belong.
And there she is.
She's just still smiling. She smiled all these years, Sam. Oh, my.
Sal Bassina's taking that home to put in his living room. He told me.
Yeah.
Messier against Turcotte. Turcotte went forward with it and shot it wide.
Let it fit on his roof.
How did you like in Chicago that Vladislav Tretiak told Sal that he had seen Sal play as a goalie in Russia when he was a kid?
When he was 4 years old.
Samuelson across.
Tretiak's what, about 45, 50?
About that. Yeah. Not 50. About 40, in his 40s. Offside whistled on the Rangers.
Tretiak, by the way, had a chance to play in Montreal. He was drafted by them. Then later on, he had a chance to go play for the Edmonton Oilers. Sather invited him. Glenn Sather, the president GM there. But politics in Russia said, niet, no way, baby.
I bet Tretiak would like it to be right now, the way things are, huh?
Snaggles.
He'd be here.
Mark and the boys check out the scoreboard with 7:46 to go in the second period. They're down 4-1.
Mark Messier had a great start to this game. Created a couple of good chances. Rangers just missed. One time Graves missed. One time Mark hit the post.
It looks like the Ferraro line's been completely broken up here. They have Sundstrom, Ferraro, and Kosar. The coaching staff just trying to do something. Kosar that wants to hold a Manson here.
Kosar back in the lineup after missing last several games with back problem. Joey Kosar's family here for the game. Lidster missed the puck. Korolev sets up Zhamnov. It's deflected by Lidster. Solani turns. Takes the shot. Saved by Healy.
Boy, these guys, did you see the motion? Korolev, Solani, and Zhamnov, they just didn't stand still. They were going around and around and moving and circling like sharks. And they had themselves a couple of chances to score. Now watch here as Glenn Healy has the puck, hands it off, and you see Lidster have trouble with it. Now watch these guys. There's a shot that's deflected wide, and the Jets don't stand still. Solani moves around, Zhamnov's moving around, and a quick shot. They just don't stand still. They're always moving. It's tough to check.
Solani on the face-off against Nemchinov. Nemchinov wins it. Leach moves it to Bukaboom. 7:15 to go, second period. Winnipeg with a 4-1 lead. Takeaway by Korolev. Set up Zhamnov, but it was blocked. Matteau came over with a check.
See that face-off? Solani takes the draw. Zhamnov goes back and plays the point because of his ability to set up a play if they win the draw, plus his great shot. So Winnipeg thinking offense on the draw. The winger, Solani, takes the face-off. Zhamnov, the centerman, plays the point position on it. I kind of like that. It's creative.
Here's Darren Quinn. Across the line. Dumps it into the corner. Ovalov comes back for it. The team by Zhamnov and Solani. Leach bangs it off the boards. Darren Shannon couldn't play it. Matteau across the line against Malgunas. Kovalov shooting. Leg save. Made by Bobby Bullen. Timo Solani. Off the end boards. Healy stops it. Left it there. Darren Shannon hustling to it. Checked by Driver. Mike Eastwood takes over. Set up for McKenzie. Eastwood. Backhander. Stop. Another shot. Stop. A third one. Stopped by Healy.
Jets have controlled the backboards in this second period. It's led to a lot of their offense.
Mike Eastwood came from Toronto to Winnipeg for Ty Nomi. Here's Graves with a chance. Hits the crossbar. Bounces up into the crowd. Been that kind of night for the Rangers.
Yeah, for Adam Graves, too. He's been on a streak here where he just can't seem to score. He's had 8 goals on the season, getting a lot of chances, but he just can't finish lately. It's got to be frustrating to him. That was a big play with under 6 minutes to go in the second period, down 4-1. One goal changes the complexion of the game. Look at the room. Takes his time, beats the goalie up high, but the puck went off the outside of the goalpost. Face off because of that is outside. Here's the backboards. Look at Shannon. You're going to see Eastwood. Now all of a sudden they control the backboard shot. Watch this. Eastwood with a wraparound, 1-shot, 2-shot, and then a third one by Shannon. Healy was there for all 3, but that's the area where it appears as though the Jets are controlling the Rangers back in deep.
I don't know if they got credit for all those shots in close, but they certainly were there.
There was 3
on the replay. Newman fires out. Olczyk leads Dallas Drake. Back into the Ranger zone they go. Lidster. Kevin Lowe moves it up the boards. Super beat. Stopped by Newman. The Jets, no question. Here is Olczyk. Turning backhand shot behind the back shot was stopped by Healy. Jets are the pressure team. They played, this is only their 3rd game in the last 12 days.
And they haven't played since Tuesday.
This is the Rangers' 3rd in the last 4 nights, and last week they played 4 and 6 nights.
This is the 12th road game for the Rangers. They played 8 at home.
Uh-oh, Graves knocked down Drake from behind. Nothing called. Oh, boy, did he get away with one there. Newman.
And he just took a run at Newman with his elbow up. I'll tell you what, he is one upset guy because of his lack of scoring. With the team down 4-1, he lost control here, and he took a penalty as he took a run at Newman with his elbow after he could have had one earlier. I think, who popped him? Was it Dallas Drake that hit him on an earlier portion of the shift? There's frustration really getting to Adam Graves. No doubt about that. Here's Graves. He's mad already at Dallas Drake. And Drake tried to draw one. And then he'll turn around and Newman will get the puck near the center ice line here and bang. There's a flying, leaping elbow. There's no doubt that that's a minor, at least.
Graves to the penalty box. And the Rangers have taken a couple of undisciplined penalties here.
Well, the one by Ferraro holding his stick is, it's not a good penalty. It's not undisciplined, right. But Healy certainly was, and this one was a reaction and frustration. Now, I don't know if I'm not sure. Did Graves get hit hard earlier by Drake before he went back at Drake and lost his temper? Yeah. I believe so. But he did react in the wrong way.
Graves for elbowing at 14:58. The Jets on their 5th power play, and they're 2 for 4. Good play by Kovalov. He's tied up by Korolev. Newman sends it to Shane Doan, and here comes Alexei Shamnov. Lead for Solani, heading for the net. He scores! 3 power play goals by the Winnipeg Jets have broken this game open. It's 5-1 Winnipeg.
Boy, was that quick? Was that fast? Was that something to watch?
Man.
2 passes to Solani. He looked like a rocket ship. Before Healy even got set. Look at this. 1 pass, and look at this beauty. We talked about, did we not, Shamnov and his passing skills?
Yes, we did.
And Healy not set as Solani just found a little hole. Here's the play where Shamnov gets the puck. Watch this. What a pass. What a collection of the pass, a reception of the pass, and then a great shot right through the legs, and it's 5-1 Winnipeg in a rout.
4 goals in the last 3 games for Teemu Solani. 9 on the season. 5 goals here in the second by the Winnipeg Jets. Turcotte behind the net. Knocked down. Turcotte lost the stick down the front. Back the other way, Kovalov. Robitaille against Darren Quinn. Shane Doan moves it. First team clears it. Still a long way to go in this game, but the Rangers are down by 4. Gregson got hit with the puck and went down. Ouch. And the players check him out. He's okay. We'll be right back.
I'd like to tell you about my friend Jake. Jake is music. If he's not playing, he's listening to music. He has a legendary music collection. He's got stuff from last century. 8 tracks. The best times we have are just when we sit down and pick up the guitars and play what comes to our heads. Jake's just a great friend. Western on his backstage passes. Yes, everybody loves him. Not too sure the neighbors do, though.
When you're with a friend as good as Jake, shouldn't you have a Heineken?
Patrick de Gallardon, base jumper. Dangerously close to the rocks. With him, there is Sector. Sector. No limits.
Available at Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Rangers on the puck. You're going to see here, Ulf Samuelsson fire the puck in. Terry Gregson, he knew it was, oh gosh, right on the back, but he appears to be okay. He's showing some toughness here. I think there was an apology from Ulf Samuelsson and the Jets checking him out, a little smile on his face. First time the Jets have scored 3 power play goals in a game this season tonight. As they lead, 5-1 now. And for the Rangers, you look ahead to their next 2 games.
Next 2? How about the next 4?
Well, just look at the next 2 first of all.
Pittsburgh back-to-back.
Yeah, who's got the best power play in Iraq?
Oh, 40% Pittsburgh.
Almost 40%, yeah.
They're right on the button at 40.
Are they really?
Yep.
Yeah. You take penalties like this against the Pittsburgh Penguins, they'll fill your net.
Toward the net, Darren Quinn stops it. Kovalov takeaway, hits the side of the net, batted at by Hobby Bulin. Kovalov behind the net, looking for a man. Which way will he go? Out to Robitaille, score! Kovalov found Robitaille, and Robitaille puts it in as the Rangers try to get back in this game with 3:58 remaining here in the second period.
Robitaille gets his 7th. Kovalov showed great patience in behind the goal net. Robitaille showed experience by finding the open ice. The Jets don't chase. You can see that's their game plan here. So the backhand pass to one side where Robitaille got open. He didn't stay in front of the net. He moved across. Look at Ulf Samuelsson went through to vacate the area where Robitaille went to. Great pass. And not a real hard shot, but a quick one, and the goaltender got a piece of it, but not enough. So all of a sudden, it's 5-2 with under 4 minutes to go in the second period. Kovalov with a nice play.
Messier putting it in the Winnipeg zone. Jeff Finley is there, hit by Adam Graves. So the Rangers break the string of 4 straight goals scored by the Jets. Messier with speed, backhanded it wide. Leach stops it. No. Slid past him, rolls back. Leach and Darren Shannon showing good speed. Bookavoom able to play it out of the zone. The game was tied 1-1 after Darren Langdon had scored for the Rangers, and then the Jets scored 4 in a row. It was 5-1 when Robitaille scored. Here's Graves, fanned on the shot. Graves having a tough night, John.
Frustrating for a proud athlete. Very frustrating.
Mike Eastwood checked by Brian Leach. Puck still alive. Verbeek is there. Darren Shannon is there. The whistle stops play. The goals. Solani, his 9th, a power play goal at 15-17 from Zhamnov and Doan. And then Robitaille from Kovalov at 16:02. That came just 45 seconds after the Solani goal. All the scoring, 7 goals scored here in the second period after no goals in the first.
Well, the game's tied 2-2 at even strength. And 3-0 Winnipeg on the power play. That makes it 5-2 if you're working on your mathematics. It takes me a while.
I left my calculator home. Olchek, Kachuk, Drake, Daryl Shannon, and Stuart Malgunas for Winnipeg. Here's Keith Kachuk. Screen shot stopped by Healy. The rebound
pretty good
up
shot.
in the air over the glasses of the crowd.
Good shot by Kachuk, considering the fact that he's got the fractured thumb. And it's a cast on his hand where he can't handle the puck very well. Yet here he showed some patience. I don't know if he wanted to shoot originally. He looked to maybe make a pass, but everybody crowded the net. Nobody was open, so he shot it. And it was a great shot. Look how he took his time. And then right through traffic. Healy makes a good save on the play. And Ulf Samuelsson clears traffic with Dallas Drake. He's played a strong game. You're right about the big story in the paper about Dallas Drake possibly being traded because of his contract problems. Looks like he's playing hard here, in case other teams watch him.
Real rough in the corner. Drake against Samuelsson. Samuelsson pulled down Drake earlier. Olchek had knocked down Nemchinov. Olchek against Matteau. Drake's pass to Kachuk. He's wrestled down. Penalty called on Driver.
That's one thing for a power forward that Kachuk can do very well. He evades checkers. And Bruce Driver's a good one-on-one player. As he moved into the Winnipeg player, Kachuk just quickly spun out, and all of a sudden he had position with the puck, and Driver was caught. So it was going to be a short breakaway on Healy, or Driver takes the penalty. He decided to take the penalty. This guy could, for a power forward, one-on-one with the puck, he's very, very shifty, tricky, sneaky. Watch the Jets come out of the scrum with the puck. Look how he moves. One quick puck movement, body movement, and all of a sudden he's in. Again, look at the puck. Look at this. One move, now he's in. He's gone in on a breakaway. The driver just grabbed him and threw him to the ice.
Driver for holding.
Three penalties against the Rangers in their own zone this period. One in the neutral zone by Adam Graves with the elbow. And Winnipeg forced the period. Did a good job on their power play, and it did deserve fully their 3-goal lead.
The Jets have scored on all 3 power play chances they've had here in the second period. On goals by Tkachuk, Korolev, and Solani. 2:15 to go in the second. 5-2 Winnipeg leading it. Jomnov, Numanen, Doan, Solani, and Korolev for Winnipeg. Messier and Graves, Leach and Bukaboom. Graves with a takeaway. His shot was blocked. Korolev the other way. Korolev hit by Bukaboom. Gets it back to Numanen. Down the boards for Solani. Korolev in the corner. Quick puck movement. Numanen with the puck. Now Korolev with room. Fakes the shot. Down low. Off the stick of Solani. His pass taken away by Leach. And able to clear.
Again, the Jets now changing their power play unit, but you don't want Jomnov, who's now getting the puck, to carry it so he can make that beautiful pass like he did on the Solani goal. You want somebody else to carry it.
Jomnov, who was 3rd in the NHL in scoring last season behind Jaromir Jagr and Eric Lindros. Offside Winnipeg coming across. 56 seconds to go in the Winnipeg Jets power play.
Now Dave Manson will come on the ice to replace Jomnov. Right point position.
It's his 4th year. He was a 4th-round draft pick. Alexei Shamnov.
Another guy that quit smoking. We talked about Denny Savard the other night, last night in Chicago. This guy did too. I guess through email, Sam, to the Garden today, there was somebody that wrote in or sent in on the computer asking questions about smoking in the NHL. This guy was a fellow that plays hockey up in Ryan, smokes. You don't see it much in this league anymore.
Not anymore.
No, it's too much of a challenge to smoke cigarettes and play the game. In the old days, there was a lot that did. But everybody seemed to do it in those days. In these days, you can't compete unless you're in great physical condition. So very, very, very few do.
In a lot of sports, John, it was not uncommon in hockey to see players out in the hallway between periods having to smoke. And it wasn't uncommon in baseball to see players in the tunnel outside the dugout having to smoke.
In hockey, the guys that used to smoke used to go into the bathroom between periods or in the hallway, like you mentioned, to stay away from the locker room. Not anymore.
Dallas Drake to Dave Manson to Darren Quint. Blocked by Nevchinov. Kovalov takes over. 38 seconds to go in the period. Kovalov was pulled down. Keith Tkachuk with the puck. Leaves it for Manson. Good play by Kovalov. Trying to break down. He's got the puck. Darren Quint goes over. Kovalov cuts in for Nemchinov.
Oh,
he was tied up by Manson.
Did Kovalov get hit by Tkachuk?
Oh,
I mean, he's moving, baby.
He went for his helmet and he fell down. Power play is over. Team's at full strength. 15 seconds to go in the period. Robitaille for Verbeek. Now Leach toward the net. Robitaille bats it behind the net. 5 seconds to go in the period. Verbeek with the puck. Plays the boards for Ferraro. And that's the period.
Oh, what a body check that was by Tkachuk. I think that Kovalov's all right. What happened was he lost his helmet, and a piece of his helmet fell out from the inside, and he stepped on it on the ice, and he lost his balance. Maybe that's why he fell, as opposed to you can see the loose part that was in his helmet. I think he's okay. Tkachuk came across as Kovalov tried to stick down through traffic, and he took a shoulder right to his chest. Whiplash and knocked his helmet right off. That was a classic hit, and you can see why Tkachuk is in the lineup with a broken thumb. Look at this. Oh, is this hurt? Can you feel this?
Oh, left his feet.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, that should have been a penalty. You can't leave your feet, or it's against the rules.
He is one hard hitter.
Yes, he is.
Tkachuk. A frustrating period for the Rangers and Coach Colin Campbell. The Jets score 3 power play goals, get 5 goals in the period, and at the end of 2, the Jets leading 5-2. Assistant General Manager Larry Plow joins us right after this.
Catch all the high-flying, hard action of Big East, Big Ten, and Pac-10 Conference College football. Saturday, right here on MSG. Boom, laka, laka, boom, laka, laka, laka. Here's your
welcome to the Y.
Did you know that the Y will serve 95,000 kids this year?
I like the basketball class at the Y and doing homework.
Weightlifting, swimming.
Every kid deserves a Y. Support your local Y and MSG Network's community outreach program.
Yeah, make it count.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by the Discover Card. It pays to discover the card that pays you back. By Midas, who asks you to stop in for an undercar inspection. It's the Midas way it should be. And by Snapple Natural Beverages, made from the best stuff on earth.
Winnipeg Jets with a 5-2 lead, end of two here at the Winnipeg Arena. Always need top people in an organization, and one of the best in the Rangers organization is the assistant general manager, Larry Poe, probably the most traveled man in the organization. Good to see you, Larry. I know you're not happy with what you've seen on the ice tonight.
No, especially after you start out the way we did. I thought we played an excellent first period.
That a little closer.
The type of period that you want to play on the road, very tight. We were trying to match lines and getting away with change on the fly. Did a lot of good things. We missed some chances, and that cost us in the second period. Some bad penalties. We gave up the puck a couple of times, and you know it's 5-1 before you know it.
Yeah. Talk about a little about the organization. What's going on in Binghamton thus far this year?
Well, Binghamton, I think, is playing very well. We got a lot of kids down there. All the kids are playing lots. The American League is a very young league, and we feel we've got some real good prospects down there, Sam. I think that, you know, there's been a lot of talk about the Ferraros. They've played very well. Both Chris and Peter, good prospects, excellent players, very exciting players. They're kids that you want to go watch, and, you know, when you watch them, they excite the fans. They're always on top of the puck, and I think they got excellent chances to play for the New York Rangers in the future.
Who else? Who are the top players we can look for?
Well, Hillebrand has played very well first in the net. I keep forgetting that. Right. I'm not used to that. And Hillebrand's played well in the net. Sorokin's played well on defense. We've got Eric Carnes is a big kid. You know, we've got some good young kids that are coming. It takes time to develop them. As you see, everybody like to have a Shane Doan when you pick them fourth overall, but, you know, not everybody gets to pick fourth. So we've got some good kids, and they'll be coming along in the next year or two.
All right, where do your travels take you from here? Are you going to look at prospects in the junior ranks? Where are you going from here?
Well, tomorrow I'll go into Montreal. I'm going to catch an American League game in Cornwall. And then on Sunday and Monday, I'll catch a couple of junior games looking at prospects for the future.
When you're looking at prospects, are you looking strictly for draft? Are you looking for trade when you're looking at minor league prospects? What are you looking at?
A little bit of everything. You're looking for kids to see what the kids are like on the other organizations, how they're coming, how they're playing. Kids that we've watched and that we've liked when we watched them in junior. Maybe we didn't get a chance to draft them, but let's keep an eye on them. Maybe they're going to come up somewhere along the way in the future. They say, hey, how do you like this player? Well, we liked them in junior. Now you follow them a little bit in the pros. Maybe you get a chance to get them down the road somewhere.
It's good to see you, Larry. Good luck on the tour.
Thank you.
Larry Poe, the assistant general manager, heading out scouting after tonight's game. Coming up next, we'll take a look at second period highlights. Jets with a 5-2 lead on the Rangers.
If we could see the future, we'd avoid hazardous driving conditions. But we can't. That's why Infiniti combined front-wheel drive with their patented rear suspension in the new i30. This provides enhanced traction on slippery roads and improves handling and stability. Personally, I prefer technology that handles the unexpected rather than predicts it. Don't you?
Now you can lease the Infiniti i30 at a very special rate for a limited time.
This holiday season, don't let a fortune pass you by. The Discover Card Big Payback is back, awarding 8 winners at $250,000 each. Just shop with your Discover Card, and you're automatically entered in our holiday sweepstakes. The more you do, the more chances you have to win. Who would want to miss that? It pays to Discover, the card with the big payback. Use it where you see the Nova sign. To apply for your Discover card, just call 1-800-DISCOVER.
It's coming to life. Madison Square Garden presents A Christmas Carol, the magical family musical. Entertainment Weekly raves, wrap up the kids and go. It's New York's favorite new holiday tradition, with music from the composer of Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and Pocahontas. Starring Terrence Mann as Scrooge and me, Ben Vereen, as the ghost of Christmas Present.
A Christmas Carol at the Paramount. For great seats, call Ticketmaster. Brought to you by Diet Coke.
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got...
It's called paying the price. The Rangers paid the price for taking bad penalties in the second period. The Winnipeg Jets scored 3 power play goals.
And what was a fairly spirited, well-played, I thought, first period by both clubs, and where the goaltenders did their thing, it was fun to watch. But in the second period, the Rangers got away from playing a real smart game, and they took some bad penalties, and the Winnipeg Jets, on home ice, a well-rested team who should have a good power play, really showed that the power play can get it done.
Take a look at the strength of Keith Tkachuk on that first power play as he battles in front.
Well, he's such a strong individual, and he plays the game with a lot of passion. Here you see the puck on the boards. The Jets keep control of the puck. Tkachuk's in front with Brian Leach, and he finds a way. Maybe the puck hit the back of his leg or something, but it went past Glenn Healy. It was Tkachuk's 10th goal of the year, and a big one for their hockey club.
It was 3-1 at this point. Here comes another power play.
Well, Newman on the puck. You see him take his time, and here's the first good pass. Right through the zone, past the 2 forechecking penalty killers. There's a second good pass, and all of a sudden Winnipeg is in front. Now everything starts to just sort of fall apart for the Rangers, and a good shot by Korolev, his 12th of the year. Again, a power play goal.
And we're going to see more of the Jets' skill right here.
Well, when you have Doane on the puck here, he just gives it to he's got the puck here. He'll just say, give it to Zhamnov and let him make the pass. Look at this. Look at the reception of the pass by Solani. Now he moves in, and he sees the legs just open a little bit. Healy, you can see, was never really set. I don't know if he was expecting a quick shot or not, but Solani gets his 9th, and that was the 3rd power play goal in less than 9 minutes. And that was the key to the period, yeah.
Rangers got one back on the goal by Robitaille, and that's where it stands right now. We'll be back in just a moment.
When we bought our Saturn SL.
SC1?
SL2. I was so excited I couldn't sleep.
It was the first time I left the dealership
Without an upset stomach. Oh, totally.
They didn't try to steer me towards some $30,000 car.
They don't have one. Best of all, they
Didn't treat me like an idiot.
They did not ask me where my husband was. Hello, I'm the one buying the car.
They even let our dog in the showroom.
The 1996 Saturn SC1 with plenty of room for Fido. It's a great buying experience.
Muhammad Ali is my brother. When we was kids, he used to get me to throw rocks at him so he could practice ducking and weaving. He had natural ability, but he was short on muscles, so he trained hard and got real strong. So strong that he went on to be the greatest heavyweight of all time.
I'm 22 years old. I must be the greatest.
Welcome to Ranger Country, where the hits just keep on coming all season long on MSG.
He grew up a kid from Brooklyn during the 30s, starred on some of the best Yankee teams ever. Fans have laughed and rooted with him in their homes for the past 40 years. First Fidelity Bank, in association with the Daily News, are proud sponsors of Scooter, the Phil Rizzuto story, a home video that takes a warm look at the newest Yankee Hall of Famer. To order your VHS copy, call 1-800-9-YANKS-9. That's 1-800-9-YANKS-9.
Boom, laka, laka, boom, laka, laka, laka. Here's Mueller. Takes the shot. Nice give and go. Boy, what a beauty. Hey, hey, hey.
second period scoring summary brought to you by your GMC truck dealers, the strength of experience. All the goals in the second period started with Teppo Numminen on the rebound at 1:55. Then Darren Langdon scored at 2:58, and the game was tied 1-1. But then McKenzie at 5:07, Kachuk on a power play at 7:31. Then came the goal by Korolev at 8:09. 3 goals in the span of 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Solani at 15:17, another power play goal. It was 5-1. Robitaille at 16:02 from Kovalov made it 5-2. Jets have outshot the Rangers 25-22. Jets are 3 for 6 on the power play, and the Rangers are 0 for 2. And as John mentioned, even strength, it's 2-2, but it's 3-0 on the power play, and the Jets will take the big lead into the third period. Back at the Winnipeg Arena in just a moment.
Can McDonald's Chicken McNuggets make you feel like a kid again? Can they bring you closer together? Can they give you a thrill? Can they be just the break you've been waiting for? Of course they can. Can they make you see double? As a matter of fact, yes. With McDonald's 2 for 2. 2 tempting 6-piece Chicken McNuggets for just $2 when you buy large fries. So, can they give 2 empty, unfulfilled hands something very entertaining to do? Absolutely.
Have you had your break today?
If you were to take every honor, every award, everything positive that's been said about the Toyota Camry, and lay them end to end, you'd probably ask yourself, why did I do that? Better to drive one yourself and come up with a few accolades of your own. The 1996 Camry, the gold standard from Toyota.
PowerPlay Productions presents the first Mark Messier limited edition phone card series, a spectacular 4-card series celebrating the Ranger captain's most glorious moments in New York while leading the Rangers to their long-awaited Stanley Cup. Buy 1 for $10 or select all 4 for just $29.95 and help Mark help the kids, as 10% of all proceeds goes to the Tomorrow's Children's Fund. Each card comes with 5 free minutes of calling time, and you can qualify to win great Mark Messier autographed merchandise. Help Mark help the kids. Order your Mark Messier phone card series today. Schedule a meeting. Take the shuttle. Then cross your fingers. Schedule a meeting. Take Amtrak's Metroliner. Then cross your legs. Metroliner, the smarter shuttle.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Network solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Network, is prohibited. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Centers, by Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota. And by the United States Postal Service. We deliver smart solutions for you.
Rangers beat the Jets in New York early in the season 6-4. Jets have a 5-2 lead going into the third. Teppo Numminen, the fine defenseman of the Winnipeg Jets. They're touting him for All-Star honors. In fact, they pass out buttons here, and I'm wearing one that says, vote for Numminen. Now, there are some people who got into the button thing, and John's wearing Blake Gillen.
No, he's not dressed for the Jets.
That's
he wants
right.
to play.
Winnipeg native.
We even showed John Paddock, the general manager, the button. He laughed. He said, where? Center.
Randy Gillen, one of the real good guys in the NHL. One-time New York Ranger. This guy, a very underrated defenseman, as we mentioned. Very solid, very steady in both zones. And he has played well for the Winnipeg Jets. And from Finland, Teppo Numminen. Colin Campbell, see if his troops can rally here in the third. Messier, Graves, Verbeek, Leach, and Bukabu. Drake, Olchek, Kachuk, Quint, and Manson for Winnipeg. Knocked away with a blocker as Eddie Olchek took that last shot. Messier trying to lead Leach. He's ridden out of the play by Olchek. Bukaboom trying to play it off the boards. Kachuk got a piece of it. Manson moves it. Bukaboom is there. Olchek ties up Brian Leach. Drake lost the puck to Verbeek. Looks around for Adam Graves, and he was intercepted by Quinn. Keith Kachuk slowed down by Driver. Takes him to the boards, tries to move the puck. Kachuk keeps digging. Now Verbeek fires to Messier. Robitaille couldn't play it. Finley sends it to Darren Turcotte. Driver checked him. Samuelson has the puck.
There's Kovalov coming off the bench. He didn't have his stick ready. He wasn't prepared for the pass.
Turcotte deflects it ahead. Litzner's got the puck. Kevin Lowe. Rangers will be back home Tuesday night for their first meeting of the season with Mario Lemieux and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Same two teams in Pittsburgh Wednesday night. Then a week from tomorrow, Rangers will be in Detroit following the Thanksgiving holiday. And then the New Jersey Devils a week from Monday. So 4 consecutive
Tough
games.
Not that this game, it'll be interesting to see how much Kachuk plays here in the third period with his team up 5-2, and they play tomorrow night in Toronto against a very hot Toronto Maple Leaf Hockey Club.
On the move, Nevchinov. He turns, he shoots with his own man. Matteau hits the side of the net. Matteau checked by Eastwood. Nevchinov checked by Daryl Shannon. Kyprios has the puck. Shannon tried to take it away. Hobby Bullen got a piece. Lifted up over the glass into the crowd. Stopping play, put in the crowd by Daryl Shannon. Face off in the Winnipeg zone. But as we both know, in that Chicago game, John, without Kachuk, it was a different game for Winnipeg.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you jump off the bench, you never know when the puck's going to get to you. But in this play, here's a pass by Samuelson. Kovalov now has jumped off the bench, jumping into the play, and you'll see how he can't handle the pass. His stick, he wasn't ready. The hands weren't in position on the stick as he came across to jump on the ice. He made a great play, though, on the Rangers' second goal with that fine pass from behind the net. They hit Robitaille. A scoring change, by the way.
They have given that goal to Eddie Olczyk, which originally was credited to Keith Kachuk, and it now reads Eddie Olczyk from Darren Quinn.
How many is that?
731. Olczyk. Number 3 for Eddie O. And he's played a good game tonight, John. Obviously,
damn. Who hasn't?
Fired up by seeing his former team.
Who hasn't played well for the Jets?
Leach, sticked aside by Hobby Bullen.
Manson's had some trouble handling the puck on the power play at the blue line, but other than that, this Jet team's played pretty well. They really feel this is the first time in 3 or 4 years where this team is a team that can go in and win hockey games in a real confident fashion. I think you may see this team develop as the season moves along. Again, whoever gets this team for next year is going to inherit a good hockey club. Much not as good as Denver as they move from Quebec City, but it's a good team.
It's interesting to hear the players, and Keith Kachuk mentioned it after the first period. There's Messier trying to break in that it's easier this season because they know they're not going to be in Winnipeg next season. Last year was every week was another rumor. Oh, they're going. Oh, they're not going. Oh, there's money that's going to save the team. Oh, they're going to be sold. Now they know the team has been sold. There is new ownership. Now it's a determination as to what city they'll be in. Originally it was thought it would be Minneapolis. Here's Verbeek around the net. Centering pass through and cleared out by Korolev coming back. Barry Simpson says his team can be a good defensive team when his forwards come back all the time. Individually, his defensemen aren't great, but they need help from the forwards. Tonight, they're getting some.
Hey, guys, what do they call it? Bud? Ice rude. No, it's a bottle looks like ice. Bottle does look like ice. Ice rude, Jack. The Manhattan. The bottle is Jake, and it looks like ice. Ice rude. Jake. Hey, you guys. Take it outside. Okay, Coach.
Bud Ice, the official beer of the Hanson brothers.
Stupid machine took my quarter.
Person needs to send resume to New York. Wants to make a big impression. Goes to post office. Finds out priority mail is a smart solution. Resume gets noticed. Person gets job. Now, if you can only get a can. Team needs new jerseys. Person has to deliver them overnight. Goes to post office. Finds express mail as a smart solution. Guarantees delivery. Jerseys arrive on time. Person avoids getting sacked.
There's a young Jets fan. Maybe tiring a little bit. Delta Airlines upcoming schedule for the Rangers at home Tuesday night on the Air MCS Cannon game night at 7. At Pittsburgh Wednesday, at Detroit a week from Saturday, and then Monday night the 27th against New Jersey. First meeting between the Rangers and Devils, November the 27th. Olczyk chased from the face-off. Dallas Drake against Mark Messier. Nope, Messier's chased. Adam Graves comes in. Drake won it. Keith Tkachuk plays the puck. Dallas Drake. Big ball over him. He's ridden out of the play by Kevin Lowe. Doug Lidster. Hit by Dallas Drake. Manson keeps the puck in and shoots. Save. Healing.
And Dallas Drake reminds me of Ian LaPerriere, who we saw in St. Louis with all those body checks.
Graves tried to beat Manson. Tkachuk clears the zone. Verbeek. Got to wait for Messier to get onside. Moves down against Drake. And Drake has been on everybody. Malgunas played with the Philadelphia Flyers before coming to Winnipeg.
Still have this Olczyk line against the Messier line. We've seen it a lot throughout this game.
Litzer's shot just missed. Deflection by Messier. Leach shot was blocked by Olczyk. Leach again. Save. Rebound. Save. Javi Bulin. And they finally put it in. They score for Beak. The Rangers kept hacking away and finally put it past Nikolai Khabibulin.
You never know.
And it's a 5-3 game.
It was 5-1. The goal by Robitaille towards the end of the second period. And here the Rangers get the first one in the third period. And all of a sudden it's 5-3. This is interesting to watch the Rangers go to the net here. Messier just missed the net deflection. It's kept in by Leach. But look at the white jerseys, not playing the blue jerseys. They're more worried about the puck. 1, 2, 3, 4 slaps at it. And his 3 jerseys all standing up. But they're all blue guys. And when you're allowed to stand around, the goalie can make saves, but he can't control rebounds all the time. And you see there, the referee does a good job watching Verbeek from behind Verbeek and not blowing the whistle quickly. Verbeek gets his 8th.
And stretches his point-scoring streak to 6 straight games. Pat Verbeek has played pretty well the last few games for the Rangers.
He's battled in traffic, Sam. That's one of his biggest keys. That's a big goal for the Rangers. Let's see if again they're in a position to see if they can battle.
Next goal, if there is a next goal, would be a real big one. Robitaille. Numanen against Kovalov. Solani trying to clear, does. Leach will push it to Bukaboom. Numanen icing on the Rangers. Verbeek with his 8th. From Graves and Leach at 4:36, giving the Rangers their 3rd goal of the season. 2 goals, 7 assists in 6 games for Pat Verbeek.
Looks like all the lines have been reunited for this 3rd period for Colin Campbell. He had Messier with Graves and Verbeek. He's got Ferraro at center with Robitaille and Kovalov. And here you see on the ice Nemchinov at center with Kyprios and Matteau.
Turcotte against Nemchinov. Turcotte with King and Doan for Winnipeg. Randy Mitton setting them. Good play by Nemchinov. Samuelson to Nemchinov. Matteau for Kyprios. He was hooked down. Nothing called on the play. Up around the boards. Nemchinov plays it deep. Matteau. Kyprios working, and Turcotte. Down comes Schreiber. Cleared out. Pushed to the Ranger zone by Shane Doan. Kyprios back forth. Samuelson got it through to Nemchinov with Matteau across the line. Matteau to the net. Nemchinov goes down. Shot was stopped by Khabibulin.
Nemchinov wanted a penalty there. He felt that he was tripped by Manson as he broke around him, and he may have been. Kyprios, he could have taken a diving penalty previous to that.
Kevin Lowe. Over 6 minutes gone by in the third. Rangers have a goal here in the third. They've scored the last two in the game. They trailed by 2 and almost cut it to 1. Graves was stopped by Hobby Bullen. The net was knocked off.
Good shot. Whoa, did Graves take a good shot off the pass there. And Hobby Bullen, who's quietly made some great saves. Kicked his left leg out, knocked the puck aside. Then Chris King fell into the goal net. Rangers are picking it up here. They've had a good start to this third period. There's a rebound, and you see the Rangers get to the puck. Verbeek's pass, quick shot. Man, you turn from D to O real quick. Verbeek makes a good pass on the backhand, and a great shot. The puck's anywhere near the net. Messier was there.
Verbeek back on. 6 saves for 23-year-old Nikolai Habibulin. 7-3 on the season. His first appearance ever against the New York Rangers. Dave Manson. Verbeek gets to the puck. Lowe pinches in. Puck loose. Turcotte looking for it. Moves it up the board. Kevin Lowe stops it. Keeps it in. Verbeek against Manson. Messier plays the puck. Graves is in front. Messier moves out and shoots. Save. Habibulin. Rebound cleared by Turcotte to Darren Shannon. And out of the zone it goes. Another good chance. Messier with a tricky shot. Here comes Messier again.
Rangers are showing some good character here in this third period. They've battled hard. But again, it's coming from behind.
Lidster. Rangers trailed at 1.5 to 1 if you joined us late. It's now 5-3. Messier fires off the stick of Robitaille. 12:40 to go in the third. Kovalov, big shot, stick save, Habibulin. Messier overskated. Numanen gets away from Robitaille. Bukaboom has it. Kovalov. Shots 9-1. Rangers have had possession for the puck most of the period. Robitaille's shot stopped by Habibulin.
Really getting through the neutral zone. Well, watch out, here's a 3-on-2.
Across the line, Solani, Jamnov to the net, pass to Jamnov, but he was checked by Bukaboom.
Ferraro battled back to make it a 3-on-3.
Here's Ferraro across. Robitaille to the net. Ferraro to Kovalov. Kovalov shoots, save. Habibulin.
It's 11-1 the shots now in the period.
Kovalov has it again. Tipped by Darryl Shannon. Solani gets to it. Knocked away by Kovalov. It would be an offside if he touched it because Robitaille was trapped in the zone. Darryl Shannon moves it. All the way down. Driver comes back to get it. Icing against the Winnipeg Jets. With 11:43 to go in the third. The Rangers down by 2.
Boom, laka, laka, laka. Boom, laka, laka. I want to. I want to take you higher. It's on energy, will take you higher. Boom, laka, laka, laka. Boom, laka, laka, laka.
Driver. Cut past Graves to Messier. He shoots. He scores! Mark Messier! Number 500! And it's a hat trick! What a night for Mark Messier!
Corey Pavin with a great job back-checking.
Corey Pavin?
I mean Ray Ferraro.
Oh, okay.
It's a 3-on-2 rush for the Jets. Look at 21 blue. That's Ray Ferraro. He picks up the man closest to him, and all of a sudden it's 3-on-3 and nothing develops. Shots are now 33-26 in favor of the Rangers. They still trail 5-3.
The J.D. lookalikes, Corey Pavin and Ray Ferraro.
He does. A lot of people call Corey Pavin a lot. Nothing wrong with that.
Chinov, Matteau, and Kyprios. Chinov battling Numanen. Good effort here by the Rangers.
Rangers with this effort are hoping to maybe draw a power play.
Samuelson holding, picked up by Olczyk. Dallas Drake. Trying to move clear, he does, but gave it away to Kyprios. Back in the Winnipeg zone. Numanen. Around the board, Samuelson there.
Kyprios with a good hit on Numanen. The Rangers are really playing hard the way they did in the first period. forgot about it in the second period.
Something woke him up between periods. Kiprios was taken down by Finley. Puck cleared out of the zone. Driver goes for it. 9 minutes gone by, and the Rangers have had total possession of the puck. I think the Jets have been in the Rangers zone once. Puck, another weird bounce out in front. Finley plays it off the glass and out.
I said it 3 or 4 times. As a goaltender, you can't trust the glass. Your further hedge is to stay in your net. If the puck's coming around your end zone high, stay in. Don't take a chance.
Beek have been taken down. Graves battling to keep it in. Dave Manson's got the puck, clears it out. Now Kevin Lowe with Chris King on him. Round for Lidster, fires up the boards. Tip to Messier from Verbeek. He's got Graves on the left wing. Doan was able to deflect the pass. Darren Quint clears it out. Chris King with Turcotte trailing. King to Turcotte. Turcotte cuts in, lost control, and was checked by Kevin Lowe. Doan couldn't shoot. King is stopped by Healy. Big save by Healy. But a tough shot by Chris King.
And Doan tried for the rebound, but he had his stick lifted by a very alert Adam Graves. Very alert Adam Graves.
All the way out for Beek. Robitaille across. He has one of the Rangers' goals. Pulls up against Daryl Shannon, looking for a trailer. Leach goes to the net. Shot by Robitaille. Off the stick. Off the handle of the stick. Hobby Bullen drops it. Malgunas moves it. Knocked down by Kovalov. And out comes Jamnov for Korolev, but he didn't see it. It was behind him. And Vukovic takes over. 9:35 to go in the third. Leach fires up the board. Kept in. Jamnov to Solani. 5-3. Winnipeg leading it. Vukovic for Leach. Jamnov quickly on him. Leach moves it. Robitaille clears it. Daryl Shannon sends it back. Robitaille. Vukovic to Kovalov. Malgunas gave it away to Kovalov. Cuts. Looks for a man. Circles away from Eastwood. Tries to get away from Malgunas. Samuelson lifted into the Winnipeg zone. Rangers changing. Malgunas. Mackenzie gave it to Samuelson. Got Finley back for it. Finley's pass was off the board. Samuelson recovers. 8:40 to go in the third. Graves. Verbeek to his left. Bobby Bullen stops it. Plays it ahead for Darren Shannon. Numanen for Mike Eastwood. He's joined by Jim McKenzie. Lowe is back, 2-on-1. Pass to McKenzie, missed it. Messier hustles back. Graves moves it out to Verbeek. Messier taken down. Penalty upcoming on the Jets.
Well, the Jets had a 2-on-1. It was Eastwood and McKenzie. Thankfully for the Rangers, they didn't even get a shot, and then Messier was pulled down.
Now Mobil presents our sleek new nozzles. They're easier to use and 30% faster. Pick one up today.
Shannon for tripping at 11:42 gives the Rangers their third power play of the game.
Eastwood to McKenzie, the 2-on-1. The elevated pass did not work. You're just glad it's not Jamnov or it's not Solani or somebody like that with a 2-on-1. And there you see Shannon tripping up, Messier from behind. It's a key power play. Pressure on the power play unit here right now. More than the penalty killers. It's more on the power play because it's needed by the Rangers.
Rangers 0 for their last 15 have moved Alexei Kovalov to the point with Brian Leach.
That was a big discussion on the bench with the coaching staff on whether or not to do it. They're going for it now by showing all offense.
Puck around the boards. Drake, Kachuk, Numanen, and Manson for Winnipeg, and it's cleared down. Graves, Messier, Verbeek up front with Leach and Kovalov. Healy sends it around to Messier. Rangers 0 for 2 on the power play in the game. 0 for their last 15. They Need one here. They're down by 2 with 7:40 to go in the third. Leach has the puck.
Drake and Kachuk with a good job killing the first portion of the power play. The Rangers have not gotten the puck deep yet, and we're looking at 45 seconds shaved off.
King presses Kovalov. Now it's Kovalov against Turcotte.
Be another time. Not deep.
Finley clears.
Rangers trying to beat people one-on-one in the neutral zone. They need to get the puck deep and then recover it.
1 minute left in the power play. Driver, Ferraro, Robitaille, and Sundstrom. Come on.
See what happens when Leach quarterbacks the puck.
Around the boards. King and Driver.
The puck's deep. Will it be recovered?
Finley after it. Robitaille with a hit. Turcotte blocked by Sundstrom. Now able to chip it clear. King sends it further.
Excellent, excellent penalty killing. Aggressive, smart. No setup time yet at all for the Rangers.
You wouldn't know that. Hobby Bullen got caught up with the post, tripped himself up, fell down, but he got up and he's okay. Rangers, meanwhile, still unable to set up on the power play. Have not been able to set up in the offensive zone. Ferraro off the boards. Eastwood sends it away, but hit the referee. Second time Gregson has got hit in this game. But only 10 seconds remaining in the power play. And this is the Winnipeg Jets team whose penalty killing is down at the bottom of the league. Samuelson from Messier, blocked by Manson. Graves can't control it. Teams are back at full strength. Darren Shannon out of the penalty box has the puck. Across the Dallas straight. He shoots. Save. Haley. The rebound. Chipped away by Driver. Back the other way. Graves for Messier. Missed connection. Hobby Bullen stops it. 6 minutes to go in the third. Rangers 0 for 3 on the power play. The Jets are 3 for 6. The Jets lead 5-3. Kevin Lowe. Messier tips it in. Bullen leaves it for Manson around the boards. Kachuk able to get it to Eddie Olczyk. Olczyk across for Dallas Drake. Lowe is there. Drake looking. Kachuk to the net. Pass for Kachuk. He was checked by Lidster. And a whistle. The net was knocked off as Lidster took Kachuk into the crease and pumped the post.
5:29 to go. And the Rangers have not had a shot on goal. They're stuck at 34 since the midpoint of the period. It was about 9:30 to go in the period when they registered their last shot. There's now 5:29 to go. And that includes 2 minutes of Ranger power play time.
They have outshot the Jets 12-3 here in the third period.
Here's the dump in by the Rangers. This goal net thing can jump out and get you. Actually, he caught his right edge of his skate blade and fell over to one side, but he recovered quickly and no harm done.
Nikolai Hobby Bullen establishing himself as the #1 goaltender for the Winnipeg Jets. Zhamnov and Nemchinov. Manson with a shot blocked by Kyprios.
Manson's had trouble keeping the puck in at the Rangers blue line. It's 2 or 3 times he's had a shot blocked or lost control of the puck.
Leach fires in. Manson bangs it off the boards. Korolev takes it. Korolev, Zhamnov, and Solani for Winnipeg. Solani hustles to it. Great speed. Goes around the net. Puts it in front. Just missed by Korolev. Shot by Quint. Blocked by Manteau. Nemchinov for the puck. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Winnipeg with a 5-3 lead. Tipped ahead by Manteau. Hobby Bullen's got it. 4:50 to go. We'll step out for a moment. Rangers are down 5-3. Don't go away.
Welcome to Hockey 101. This is the puck. This is the net. This is the Zamboni. These are hits. These are saves. These are goals. And this, well, this is the ice. Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL.
Hustling and bustling for this season's best values can be a breeze if you shop with this, the Big Payback Value Book, and this, your Discover Card. You can get over $170 in cash rebates on top name brand gifts for the holidays. Just send us your receipts, and you can wrap up big savings without all the runaround. It pays to discover the card with the big payback. Look in the mail for your value book today.
You wonder why Keith Kachuk should be in the lineup with a fractured thumb. Here he harasses Leach a little bit. Not enough to take a penalty. This is penalty killing time for Winnipeg. And the Rangers with Leach, because of the little hook and everything, he can't jump back into the play. Now watch a tip pass. Kachuk with a little tip pass with a support from Olczyk. A little play like that enables his team to get the puck out of the zone. He does a lot of little things smart on the ice, doesn't he?
He's an outstanding player. Turcotte against Ferraro. You can see why Chicago wanted him. Signed him to an offer sheet that was matched by the Winnipeg Jets. Eastwood sending it down. Driver's got the puck. Chris King pressing him. Samuelson. Driver met by Shane Doan. Kovalov lifts it in. Played by Manson. Kovalov quickly on him around the board. Samuelson stops it. Toward the net. Tipped just wide by Robitaille. Good hit by Kovalov to win the puck. Then he fell down. King ties him up along the boards. Driver kicks it ahead. Manson ties up Ferraro. King trying to hold on to Kovalov. Manson's away with the puck. 4 minutes to go in the third. 5-3. Winnipeg leading it. All 5 goals in the second period. Kovalov toward the net. Knocked down by Darren Quinn. He was hooked down.
Interesting to watch the Jets with Quint and Doan. 2 rookies on the ice at the same time. Isn't it?
Offside was whistled. Darren Quinn, 19 years old, out of New Hampshire. Rookie defenseman who came to training camp last year, inexperienced, but made the team this year with a fine camp. And then Shane Doan, the first-round draft pick this year, making the team.
Alexei Kovalov tried to make a nice move here and did. But the off-balance shot's a little high. There's Quint. Takes the hit from behind, yet he's still able to help force the puck out of the zone with support from his defense mate. And that's Manson, Dave Manson.
Played 2 years with Seattle in the Western Hockey League in junior hockey. And Darren Quint, he was a second-round draft pick in 1994. Jim McKenzie with the puck around to Teppo Numminen. 3.5 minutes to go. It's Mike Eastwood. Leach is back. Eastwood looking for a trailer. Gives it to Darren Shannon. Leach and Eastwood in the corner. Bukaboom helps out. Finds Graves. Messier racing down the left side, cuts into the middle and takes the pass. Verbeek couldn't handle it. Numminen sends it to Shannon. On to Eastwood. Eastwood against Bukaboom. Healy out to stop the puck. Time throwing short on the Rangers. 3 minutes left in the third. 5-3 Winnipeg. Messier battling Malgunas along the boards. Verbeek, Graves. He's double teamed and the puck cleared by Manson. Kevin Lowe. Doug Lister drives it in. It's off the corner boards. Manson brings it clear. Corner glass, Kevin Lowe. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Here's Ferraro with some room. Numminen gets over. Feed to Robitaille. Shot deflected by Manson. Ferraro puts it in front. Bobby Bullen had lost his stick. The Jets able to recover. Drake sends it in. Jets change. Kevin Lowe has the puck. Time running out. 2:10 to go. Ferraro taken down by Chris King. Puck stopped by Turcotte. Just sends it deep. Healy plays away from Shane Doan. Lidster lost it to Chris King along the boards. Ferraro plays it. A whistle. A penalty upcoming.
A broken stick with somebody. Maybe Ferraro. Chris King had broken his stick. The blade off at his stick. He's gone to have one replaced.
I think this is against Ray Ferraro.
Yeah, he's appealing with the referee, I think. So maybe not. He's skating back the other way, Sam.
See, something's going on.
Chris King. He broke his stick. He's gone to get the new one, and then he's going to the penalty box. Here's King moving up with Lidster. Oh, Lidster tripped him up a little bit.
Oh, it's against Chris King.
Oh, there it is. Stick.
Wow,
we're
that's
watching
something you don't often see.
No, this will give Coley Campbell a chance to pull his goaltender, I would think.
My, oh my.
Down 5-3. Last night, Coley Campbell did not pull his goaltender down 3-1, and he told us that there was just nothing going. They couldn't get a shot on goal in the power play, let alone pulling a goaltender. So He just didn't think it was the right thing to do. I agree with him.
So
here with a 5-3 deficit, they have a power play. Glenn Healy, I would think, when possible, will get to the bench.
Rangers down by 2, a minute 52 remaining. As Chris King is called for playing with a broken stick at 17:08. Gives the Rangers their 4th power play of the game. They are 0 for 3. So now, a big moment for the Rangers, a last gasp. Leach and Driver, Messier, Graves, and Verbeek. For the Rangers, Turcotte, Korolev, Numanen, and Manson for the Jets. Manson. Verbeek trying to take it away. Korolev sends it ahead. Messier picks it up. Korolev forechecking. Messier. Now Verbeek. Healy heads for the bench. Rangers net is empty as they get the puck deep. Korolev taken away by Graves. 6 skaters on for the Rangers, 4 for the Jets. Loose puck. Ferraro missed it. Numanen able to clear the zone off the board. Leach goes back for it, a minute 20 to go.
Ferraro was the player that came off the Rangers bench replacing Healy.
Leach on the rush. Pumps it in. Minute 10 to go. Bobby Bullen off the glass. Kachuk tied up by Graves. Lifted off the boards and out. Race for the puck. Dallas Drake beats Bruce Driver to it and scores. And that's your game. The Jets have put it away. Short-handed, empty net goal.
Tell you what, the goaltender, Bobby Bullen, not noted as a great puck handler, did a good job getting out of the net and firing the puck up high off the glass. Here he is. High off the glass. You never know where it's going to come down. Then his team battled to get it out, including Kachuk. And there's Drake with some pretty darn good speed. He sheds the stick check of Driver, and with a good effort, gets the job done. He's played a strong, physical, dynamite game. Again, I credit the goaltender for taking his time. Short-handed, extra attacker on the ice, and he found a way to get the puck up high along the glass and out of the zone. And there's a good example of Winnipeg's effort all game long with Dallas Drake scoring the empty netter.
Dallas Drake making a statement here. If the rumors are true that he may be dealt, people have to be taking a close look at Dallas Drake.
That was some effort. I mean, he's had an effort, just an effort-filled game all night long. He's taken the body, he's battled, and I think he was rewarded, as he is a penalty killer anyway, but rewarded with a late play here in the last minute.
Rangers are still on the power play, only 50 seconds remaining, but now the Rangers trail by 3 once again. It's 6-3. Leach shooting high. Nemchinov is on with Robitaille, Kovalov, Leach, and Samuelson. And the time winding down. Robitaille's pass deflected off of Bobby Bullen. Samuelson shot deflected cross. Leach turns. Beats Robitaille. He's checked by Finley. Robitaille goes down. Nemchinov hit by Finley. 15 seconds to go. Robitaille's got the puck. Comes out the corner and shoots. Save. Bobby Bullen. Nemchinov is out-battled by Daryl Shannon for that puck. Nemchinov tried to get to the rebound. Shannon denied him.
Shannon's had a pretty good game in that respect, finding people in front of his own goal. This one's over. 6-3 Winnipeg on the strength of their great second period. For the Rangers, they lose. They only get 1 point on these 3 games in 4 nights. That was the tie in St. Louis, and a bad start to the game in Chicago, and an undisciplined second period here hurt them.
So what had been a 5-game unbeaten streak has suddenly turned into a 3-game winless streak. The tie in St. Louis, followed by losses in Chicago and now in Winnipeg. So the Rangers now have lost 2 in a row. They are winless in their last 3. And the debacle came in the second period when the Winnipeg Jets scored 5 goals, 3 on the power play, and the Rangers had no answer on their power play. Rangers got 2 goals, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, to climb to within 2. And then the Jets scoring the shorthanded empty net goal. And you can see an upset Colin Campbell heading off toward the locker room area. That wraps this game. We'll be back with our post-game wrap-up in a moment.
Big-time boxing is back at Madison Square Garden with the return to the Mecca. A great lineup featuring world lightweight champion Oscar De La Hoya as the Golden Boy battles quick-punching Jesse James Leija. And junior lightweight champion Tracy Patterson defends his title against tough Arturo Gatti. Brooklyn's undefeated heavyweight Shannon Briggs takes on Mitch Blood Green. Also on the card is Eric Butterbean and former Giant safety Adrian White. It all happens Friday, December 15th at Madison Square Garden. Tickets on sale now at the Garden box office at all Ticketmaster locations.
If you were to take every honor, every award, everything positive that's been said about the Toyota Camry, and lay them end to end, you'd probably ask yourself, why did I do that? Better to drive one yourself and come up with a few accolades of your own. The 1996 Camry, the gold standard from Toyota.
Our communities need your help.
Yes, make it count.
Yes, make it count.
Yes, make it count.
Yes, you can make it count. Local communities throughout the metropolitan area need your help. And all of us at MSG Network are asking you to volunteer any amount of time you can to assist your community in helping others. You can make a difference. So yes, make it count.
PowerPlay Productions presents the first Mark Messier limited edition phone card series. A spectacular four-card series celebrating the Ranger captain's most glorious moments in New York while leading the Rangers to their long-awaited Stanley Cup. Buy one for $10 or select all four for just $29.95. And help Mark help the kids, as 10% of all proceeds goes to the Tomorrow's Children's Fund. Each card comes with 5 free minutes of calling time, and you can qualify to win great Mark Messier autographed merchandise. Help Mark help the kids. Order your Mark Messier phone card series today.
Boom, laka, laka, boom, laka, laka.
I want to.
I want to take you higher. Nixon Energy will take you higher. Boom, laka, laka, boom, laka, laka.
Winnipeg Jets split the season series with the New York Rangers. Rangers won in New York 6-4. Jets win 6-3 tonight. The Discover Card game summary: Rangers power play 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for their last 17, shut out in the last 3 games. First loss of the season for Glenn Healy. Pat Verbeek with a goal extended his point-scoring streak to 6. And the Rangers' all-time record in Winnipeg, 12-10-2. This will be their last visit here in Winnipeg. 5 goals in the second period for the Jets, and that was the key to the game with 3 on the power play. Nikolai Habibulin picks up his 8th win of the season. We're joined by Dallas Drake, who played an outstanding game, and Dallas, just a real hard-working game by your team. Tell us about it.
Well, we tried to slow New York down as much as we could. They're a very fast hockey club. When they get rolling, they're going to score a lot of goals. And you can see what happened in the third period. They started the roll and they put the pressure on us. So I think the first 2 periods we played well in that aspect.
Did you try to, Dallas, in your forecheck, really, is that where you tried to slow them down? It seems as though, especially in the second period, you guys really worked them deep.
I think we tried to dump the puck in as much as we could and create turnovers that way. When we coughed the puck up the blue line, that's when we seemed like we get ourselves in trouble. So that's what our focus was tonight, was get the puck in deep and create our chances from there.
Do you find that the time off, now this was only your 3rd game in the last 12 games, 12 days rather, did it help you as a team, or did it hurt sitting around waiting for the games to come?
I don't really know about that. We played well up to the point before that we had a lot of games and a lot of nights, and I guess you can say it helps heal the bumps and bruises, but it's nice to keep the flow going by playing it every other day or so that sometimes. So it's hard to say whether or not we played better or not.
Dallas, you yourself played a very strong game. You're represented by an old friend of ours, Tommy Laidlaw, and there was a story in the newspaper today about what may happen if you can't get your contract straightened out. When you read something like that, or if you did read it, does it spark you up a little bit and get you going?
Well, obviously, I've always said all along I wanted to stay here and play here, but you know, you try and go out and play hard, and hopefully one reason or the other they'll want to sort the contract stuff out. But I try and put that in the back of my mind and just go out and play my game, and I can't really think about that while I'm playing.
Let's take a look at your goal, Dallas. Take us through it as you recall.
Well, Teflon Newman just played a great play off the boards, and the puck was laying there. I thought I was going to beat the guy clean, but he hooked me a little bit, and I thought I didn't think I was going to get to the puck, and I just dove and smacked it in. So kind of a lucky one.
Dallas, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a fine game, and good luck to you and the Winnipeg Jets.
Okay, thank you very much.
Dallas Drake scoring the 6th goal of the night for the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets beat the Rangers 6-3. A good night in Winnipeg.
Yes, receive the American Express gift check. Think of it as a universal certificate that can be used to buy just about anything, just about anywhere. It is a more thoughtful way to give the gift of money.
Rangers go 1-2-1 on the 4-game road trip and return home for the next game Tuesday night at Madison Square Garden against the Pittsburgh Penguins. We'll be on the air with MCS Cannon game night at 7 o'clock with Al Troutwig. Any comments for us on the Rangers on the telecast? You can reach us on email at msgnview@aol.com. Our producer, Joe Whalen, director, John Gallagher, for our associate director is Tom Beberg. For JD, this is Sam Rosen. The Winnipeg Jets have beaten the Rangers last visit to Winnipeg, so let's say so long to Winnipeg.
One team from the playoff 16 can win its last game. And from spring to fall, only one chance for a good first impression. One game to continue what was so good. Last Saturday, the Banner Devils of October 7th were the same as the Stanley Cup Devils of June 24th. Full house, full bore, full scoreboard on one side, empty on the other. They got an early lead, and it was over before it was over. Tonight, Winnipeg. The last time there was this matchup was almost 2 years ago, and the score of that game was the same score as Saturday, Devils 4 and the opposition nothing. That opposition was the Winnipeg Jets. They're here tonight for the second game of the New Jersey Devils season. Good evening, everyone. Along with Doug Sullivan, I'm Mike Emmerich. It's been mentioned widely there are changes in the Devils lineup tonight in the forward position, so let's start out by taking a look at the changes in the lines.
Well, all training camp players, the media, everyone has been talking about the Devils' depth. They played training camp probably half a lineup. They could ice another. If you take a look, you see a little asterisk beside the two changed in the lineup. Scott Pellerin is going to play on the left side with Dowden Richer taking Tommy Avalan's place, and Dennis Peterson, because of Bobby Holik's injured right finger, he's going to play center ice with the crash line. So it should be interesting to see how these guys match up.
They have played only one game since the season started last Friday night with Detroit playing out in Colorado. They've had some time off.
Well, it's a blessing and a curse. It depends. If you're playing well, you want to play a lot of games and play them quick. So if the Devils can get on a roll, they're going to be playing 6 games in 10 nights. And believe me, with the training camp behind them, they've had 5 days since their last game. Coach Jacques Lemaire has had a chance to put everything into place. He's broken all the bad habits. Now they're going to be on a roll with good habits in place and try to make hay when the sun's shining.
Keith Tkachuk will not be in the lineup again tonight because of the groin problem. Probably another week he'll miss, but boy, these Jets have got 2 world-class players that are also in their forward line.
Well, I think the 2 guys we're going to talk about is Timo Selänne and Zamnov. On the left side of your screen, Selänne, he's a game breaker. He's 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. He's got a nose for the net. Zamnov, his first couple of seasons, they knew he had the talent and ability, and finally last season with the shortened season, he came to training camp committed. He wanted to make a difference. He wanted to make an impact, and he is right now.
Well, what do the Devils need to watch for at the outset of the game from this crowd?
Well, here's the first thing what the Jets bring to the game. They're not big. They don't bring a lot of aggressiveness. What they do have is a lot of speed and skill. So I think the Devils have to continue to play as a five-man cohesive unit and not break away from their game plan. Things fall into place. One thing that the Jets don't have is an offensive defenseman who's going to join the rush and maybe upset their defensive system.
All right, we'll see if things fall into place when we come back for the start of our game after these words.
Devils Hockey on Sports Channel is brought to you by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL, by the Discover card. It pays to discover. And by Nobody Beats the Whiz. For state-of-the-art home electronics, computers, cameras, music, movies, and more, nobody beats the Whiz.
Welcome to Hockey 101. This is the puck. This is the net. This is the Zamboni. These are hits. These are saves. These are goals. And this, well, this is the ice. Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL.
Phil, you know, this is great. Sitting here with you, watching the Jet game.
Rumor would be a lot better for watching the Giant game.
Jets.
Giants!
Check here this week at Nobody Beats the Whiz Circular for great buys on a huge selection of top brand TVs from 2 inches to 70 inches.
This is a beautiful thing. We can watch the Jets game and a little bitty Giant game.
It would be a lot better if we watched the Giants and just a little bit of the Jets.
Jets! No, Giants! Jets!
Today, big news from the automotive world. Happy Sport utility buyers flock to showrooms for their first look at the 96 GMC Jimmy. And look at the savings. Now that's a lot of green. And speaking of green, Jeep owners are green with envy. Now the Jimmy tops Grand Cherokee with over 4,800 simoleons in savings. Could there be a better time to save? Get moving. See your Tri-State GMC truck dealer today.
Continental Airlines' award-winning One Pass Frequent Flyer program offers more ways than ever to earn free travel and upgrades to over 400 destinations around the world. Continental Airlines, more airline for your money.
October starts a whole new season on Sports Channel. The defending champion Devils and the new-look Islanders hit the ice against the Rangers, Flyers, Penguins, and more. College football coverage heats up with the SEC, Pac-10, and local favorite Hofstra. Catch Game Time 1/2 hour before Devils and Isles games for scores, highlights, and more. Keep up with the sports world's hottest stars on Ann Ligori's Sports Interview. It's all coming your way in October, only on Sports Channel.
Stan Fischler back at Byrne Arena. As the fans know, there have been negotiations ongoing between the New Jersey Devils and the New Jersey Sports and Exposition Authority. These talks continued right through this afternoon, and we were just told that the Devils and the Sports Authority indicated that there is progress being made, but they don't have a deal yet. So what they have done is that they've asked the court for a postponement. The postponement is now through November 1st, by which time they expect to have a deal. Now, the word I've been getting is that they're becoming closer and closer and closer. It's been a matter of crossing T's and dotting I's. But the important thing is they don't have a deal yet. They were supposed to go back into court tomorrow, and now I'm told they will not do that, but they are going to request this postponement, which is very good news. Everybody seems to think it's going to be a deal. Now D-Day is November 1st. Take it away, Mike.
Okay, Stan, he's right on top of that. We'll keep you advised of anything more that might be learned this evening. But let's check out the goaltending matchups brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers.
For Winnipeg, you got Cheveldae who's going to start in net tonight. His biggest strength is that he likes to play the angles. He keeps his composure in traffic. He's not as reliant on his reflexes as he is on his angles. And Martin Brodeur, after a very short training camp, started the opening game, and he's back in net tonight.
Well, the crash line with Dennis Peterson as the center starts against some crunchers for Winnipeg. Peluso and McKay, Peterson's wingers, King, Eastwood, and Doan up front for the Jets. Manson and Quint The defense for the Winnipeg Jets, that's Dave Manson, the 10-year veteran, and Darren Quint, the rookie. Danico and Albaline start as the defense pair for Jacques Lemaire's Devils. And it's Mike Peluso connecting to Peterson, who put it back in. He's a big guy, 6'2", 195. Peterson playing his first NHL game tonight. And the follow-through comes to Mike Eastwood. Eastwood moving in for the Jets. Passed one out in front that's whipped at by Peluso, spun by King, but then worked by Danico to McKay and across for a play to be made by Peluso. So Tommy Albaline is a left defenseman tonight, not a left winger. Puck given up to Peluso, thrown around behind. McKay up with it there. Broughton has just moved out. Oh, he nearly got a shot away, but now it's feathered over to Neil Broughton to the back for Stevens' shot that's deflected wide by McKay. The captain, Chris King, the one-time Ranger, tough guy up front, was battling for that one. It is Quint throwing it blindly across, and it's taken by Scott Stevens, and a change in lines for the Winnipeg Jets. Moving in as Scott Niedermayer tried to jam it in front. Devils go for up-tempo. Let's see what the Jets do. Igor Korolev, one of those 4 goal scorers in the league, gave it up to John McClain, but Korolev there to keep it. Right near Brodeur, and helping out is Niedermayer. Away from McClain. Here is Jamnov, knocked flying from the front of the net. Thrown back off by McClain, and on comes Neil Broughton. Drops it back off with a carry by Scott Pellerin. Pellerin feeds it over. Niedermayer a shot and a save. Stevens a shot. Deflected. It went wide. We have a stoppage of play.
Jamnov is down on the ice, Mike. Scott Stevens got the better piece of him there, and it was a very clean hit. It looks like he caught him down below the waist. It could be a possible Charlie horse. Hope nothing too serious. This is a very important piece of the puzzle here for the Jets. You're going to see number 10, Zamnov, cutting across, and Stevens, yeah, you can see their knees collided. It looks like it's Zamnov's right knee. Scott Stevens as they collided. Watch here. He may have hyperextended his knee. That's what it looks like at first blush to me.
Boy, play went on for the longest time at the other end, and then eventually, after the Devils had a pretty good rebound opportunity going, play was stopped. That's caused a discussion at the other end between the referee and a player from each squad. As you see them tend to Alexei Jamnov. He is so important to this team. He scored almost as many goals last year as he got in the prior 2 years in the NHL. Terry Simpson, his coach, looking on. Jamnov had 30 last season. As they tend to him, we'll tend to some business. Early stages of the game on the Modell scoreboard, 0-0.
Some health plans put doctors in one place, some put them all over the place. So you choose a nucleus of doctors or a network of doctors, unless you choose the best of both worlds. HIP Health Plan of New Jersey, with more choices for quality, affordable care, both in our state-of-the-art centers and in our network of private doctors' offices. So you can feel the HIP touch in one place or all over the place when you choose HIP.
There's a lot to think about when you're driving a car. That's why before they designed the i30, Infiniti videotaped the eye movements of test drivers. Then they used these videos to help optimize the placement of controls in instruments. So that when you're driving an i30, the road is what you tend to see the most. It's just one of the many features on the i30 that deserves a closer look.
That is not a good sight. Alexei Jamnov, one of the leading players in this league, sidelined early in this game.
You're going to see here in the replay Stevens' right knee and Jamnov colliding. Stevens looked like he was going for him up high, and they just need a knee. It was just one of those freak injuries. Possible hyperextension, and hopefully nothing too serious, because the Jets can't afford to have this guy out. He's a horse, and with Tkachuk already out with an injury, they can't afford to lose another key offensive player.
Darren Turcotte to take this draw with Jim Dowd, and it is one for Doig. They have 4 teenagers in the lineup. Yeah, they're going with a youth movement, and I mean by youth, 3 19-year-olds and an 18-year-old in this lineup tonight for the Winnipeg Jets. Jason Smith, young enough himself, going back to take this for the Devils. Played it back off, hoping for Stefan Richer. Newmanen tried to put it in front, but that went off of Turcotte. Darren Shannon couldn't get to it. It's walked back up by Chambers. Sean Chambers. Bouncer right into Tim Cheveldae off of Newmanen, and it's thrown back along by Doig.
You're talking to Paddock.